Enjoy the lurk stern cold and thanks for stopping by.
Jesus Christ, Nightbot, calm down. Holy moly, why is chat not showing up? Anyway. Hello. I'm gonna try to do this thing more often called chatting before we start with the game. And then apparently also troubleshooting chat because it's not working. Hello? Wait a second, did I change the point? Okay, I did. Come on, show up. Why is life so painful? What did I do to deserve this, I wonder? It's just not showing up. Thanks, OBS. I really appreciate you and everything that you do for me. Why? Why does my text Oscar chat have to be broken again? Anyway, good Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. I don't know why. I almost said good morning, but it's not morning. It's evening. Or afternoon. Or maybe it's morning if you're, I don't know, in what, I don't know time zones. What did you do to deserve the carrot? Everything. Everything! Why isn't text-to-speech text-to-speeching? Hello? Hello? Angie! Angie, are you good? Angie is sleeping. She sure is, isn't she? It's enabled. She should be on. What's worse is that she did the lurk thing. You're right, she did. So lurk work.
You never have a prolonged bout of depression ever again. Thank you, Flareon.
Let's try it again. I think I might have figured it out. Maybe now? Oh, if you... Ha! Why isn't it working? Here, we're gonna restart StreamerBot. I don't know why it isn't working. I'll be entirely honest with you. Entirely honest with you, Chief. I don't know why it isn't working. I didn't even use my points. It sure did. I wanted to warn you. If I remember, I'll refund your points. Okay. So that part's working. Here, copy this. It was working last time. Let's just try that. All right. Come on. Come on, Angie.
Dollar message.
Okay, so it works, but it's not outputting the right message. Let's try. Did I put a cooldown on say? I did. I put a minute cooldown on say, so somebody try something. Actually, wait. Denuvo talk. Is there something in particular you want to talk about, Denuvo, aside from what you posted in the Discord? Cause I'm all ears. No, you just wanted. Yeah, that's ridiculous. $25,000 a month to have Denuvo on like single-player games, even. To say anything, I guess. What the hell? Hold on a sec. I'm pulling up the VTS Pog streamer bot documentation because I'm doing something wrong. Oh, Ruben updated this like a month ago, which was like after I thought I had already set it up. God dang it. Wait. Don't tell me. Don't tell me Ruben came up with an entire system. VTS Pog actions. Don't tell me that they did like an entire system for it. After I went through the trouble of setting it all up myself. I'd be so sad. They did. Everything I've been working on has been wasted. There was no point. Actually, there's a point I can copy. Okay. I could just copy the command. Text equals raw input URL encoded. I don't know if we need the user part, so we'll just go back here. Punished Oreo hat denied is Angie. Yeah, for real, for real. This was working previously, which is the infuriating part. Test. Oh wait, I can test it. It's been at least a minute. Also, hi Valentine's. I saw you come in. I didn't say anything because we're a bit distracted at the moment. We're trying to fix things. We trying to fix. Angie, say something.
We trying to fix.
Yes, she's working. Let's go. Yeah. That was 10 minutes of my life that I'm never gonna get back. It's all, everything's downhill from here, folks. Life is just full of disappointment. I think I'm also just starting to lose my mind because I'm simultaneously listening to the music that's playing on stream right now, and the Katawa Shoujo opening or main menu music. So I'm probably just losing my mind. It's time for Ori to refund my failed say. Oh yeah, we can do that. Let's see. We can exclamation point, add points, stern cold, 500 fundo. There you go. Did I do it out of order? I think I did it out of order. I think it's add points, 500 stern cold. You gotta be yeah, there you go. You gotta be specific. Yeah, anyway, the reason why I gathered you here today to talk before we play Katawa Shoujo is because, one, I kind of want to do chatting before we play games and stuff more often. That might be helpful because it'll give people, time to pop in before the actual game starts in case, Also, it allows me to just chat and see how you guys are doing. How are you doing today? Are you doing well? I'm doing well. Sort of. I mean, work is work.
Underscore orange dance. Underscore orange thinking. Underscore orange smile. Underscore orange burn. Underscore orange judge. Underscore orange
She's
Doro
not repeating
shop.
herself.
Underscore orange Doro night. Underscore orange Doro. Underscore orange horny. Underscore orange horny. Underscore orange.
I should have named that one something else.
Underscore orange Doro knife.
Yeah, okay.
Underscore orange Doro shock.
She said it, so we'll add 2 more.
Underscore orange burn. Underscore orange smile. Underscore orange thinking. Underscore orange dance.
You feeling good? You feeling better about yourself? Did you get that out of your system? I hope so. You added 3. Well, I guess we were just feeling extra horny there. But yes, as you can see, we got a new horny. We got a new horny emote, and we got a new horny bell. Yeah. I wanted to get it for yesterday, but I just didn't. Why? I just didn't get it in time, but I got it like I literally got it like an hour ago. Actually, a little bit more than that now. But I whipped that. I whipped up the new animation and everything, and got it ready for all y'all. Because I know you. I know you wanna. I know you. I know it feels better to ring an actual bell as opposed to not an actual bell. You know. Which reminds me, I wanted to figure out a way that you can do exclamation point and then the horny bell emote. That way you can use that to redeem it as well. Let me try it. Let's try it. So it should look like exclamation point. Orange horny. It's cool. Okay. Let's try it. We're gonna try it, chat. At least I'm gonna try it. Where's my bell? I started this stream before I added the emote, so I don't even have it.
Hatman, drinking the beer. Emi is waiting, and I am here. Also, I'm still down 1,000 points from earlier. Please give. I'm totally poor. Fire Emblem.
Are you really? I don't remember. Oh, I guess you did. Add points. 1,000 turbulent A-tree. There. I hope you're happy now. You're gonna make me go, I'm gonna be poor. You're gonna make me poor. Let's try exclamation point horny. Let's see how that. Oh, it's underscore orange horny. Oh, okay. So it's underscore orange horny. Okay. All right, and then we see if it works. I shouldn't have done that, but I just gave you another way to activate the horny bell. Of course, you can only activate it once a minute either way, but now you can use the emote for double the horny, you know? But you know what? Turbs is right. Yeah. I should have seen that one coming, Stern. But Turbs is right. Emi's waiting for us. We can't keep Emi waiting forever. So let's start playing some Katawa Shoujo. Hello. Oh, is chat still not working? That's right. Pah. Come on. Let's see here. I guess let's just add a... No, hold on. Is it the chat under it again? No, it's not that. It is definitely not that. Let's just here. We're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way, and we're just gonna recreate it from scratch again. Hello, hi, OBS browser source. You're my favorite browser source, you know that? There you go. And then we just take a little bit off the top, you know. The width is a little wide, so we make that a little bit smaller. And we pop out the chat over here. Pop out the chat, we copy the URL, we pasted the URL, and we hit nothing else. And then we hit OK. And then chat is fixed. Let's go! Yippee! Make the music louder. This is some good chill music. As in the Katawa Shoujo music? Because yeah. Yeah, it's good music. I've been listening to this in the background the entire time. And it's called Riosna, in case you're curious. Is it copyright? Well, I guess it is, considering I've played it on stream many times now and we haven't gotten any issues. I might add it to the, Oh, I know. I can use the bookmark feature to give myself a reminder to check out the check out the Katawa Shoujo OST and add it to the stream playlist. Clip there. Cool. Now we have 2 of them. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. If that's of course. If you ever feel like it, just clip anything you want. I might poke fun at you for clipping, be like, no, don't clip that. But no, actually, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Whenever you clip. Whatever you clip, whenever you clip. Okay? Alright. Well, I think I've wasted enough time. Let's start playing, because I want to play. Alright, so let's see. That's right, lunch and science is because we had to get, we got caught. We had to stop earlier last time because, internet didn't agree with us, so let's continue. We should clip all the horny moments. I know you're gonna do that anyway. It doesn't. My input doesn't matter. And besides, you should tell that to the nurse. What was the context again? Can I pull up the log? Text history. Let's see. Ah, yes, we were talking about Emi's leg. That's right, because she's not doing so hot with her leg right now. So let's return. He's quite insistent that you visit him, you know? Emi pouts like I've just told her she's been grounded. He worries too much. It's not a big deal, it's just a little soreness. I try to resist rolling my eyes in exasperation. If it's nothing, then you should have no problem seeing him, right? Oh, we got her good, chat. Emi narrows her eyes suspiciously. Did he put you up to this? Well, maybe. A little. But that's not the point. I would have reminded you to see him anyway. It would be terrible to see you really hurt and not doing anything about it. That would make it worse, and I don't really want to see you hurt, you know? Call me crazy, but I kind of would prefer to see you happy and healthy. With each statement, Emi's frown fades a little more until she's eventually grinning, albeit a little shyly. Well, if you're gonna put it that way, then I guess I'll have to see him. It would be a shame if her legs were replaced with carrots. I'm gonna replace you with a carrot, okay? You're just gonna be gone. You're just gonna be a carrot. It'll just be a carrot where your atoms used to be. Otherwise, you'll keep worrying, and then I'll never hear the end of it, right? That's right. I'll keep bugging you about it. And that might put a damper on our dates. How's the food, Hisao? Talk to the nurse, Emi. How's your day, Hisao? Talk to the nurse, Emi. Hisao, I think I'm ready to go all the way. Talk to the nurse, Emi. See, it doesn't work that well. Emi giggles at my high-pitched rendition of her own voice and gives me an affectionate shove. My voice isn't that high, jerk. I thought it was pretty accurate. Thank you, Rin. Emi and I stare at Rin for a while before I burst into laughter. Emi crosses her arms and huffs, mock offended. You're both jerks. Such vile calumnies from you, young woman. Hisao, where did this vocabulary come from? I'm stunned that you would call me, of all people, a jerk. Honestly, I don't know what to think. Emi sticks her tongue out at me. You ass. So Rin, how's the art club these days? Rin, seemingly as surprised by this sudden change of topic as I am, takes a minute to think before answering. I believe it is okay. Although Nomiya keeps telling me to work harder. But I don't think he understands my methods. He always struck me as slightly creepy. Rin ponders this statement for a while. I've never really noticed. I don't pay much attention to him most days, so maybe that's why. How often do you meet? Thinking of joining, Hisao? I think I did the wrong voice there for a second. What? Nah, I've already decided to join a club. Really? Which one? Well, it's not really much of a club, to be honest. Oh, you joined the tea club? No, I, joined the science club, I think. Emi looks highly confused. We have a science club? Not really, it's just me. Hey, Sal, that's not a club, that's sitting in your room reading books. No, I mean, it's just me and Muto. I'm just the only student so far. Muto? Really? A thought strikes her. Oh, is that what you were talking about yesterday? Your meeting with Muto? Yeah, that was our first meeting, I guess. Emi giggles. Nerd. Hey, I can't help being smart. You know, I could have used your help years ago. You should have had your heart attack earlier in life. And you should have... No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. I laugh and then realize this is probably one of the very rare times I've laughed about my heart attack. Hindsight. Yeah. The ringing of the bell ends our conversation. Guess we'd better go. Yeah, I guess so. Come on, Rin, you too. Rin has apparently begun to doze off, so Emi just gives her a sharp bump. I almost had it. Sorry, but you need to get to class. I disagree, but maybe if I nap in class, I'll get it this time. Changing location is sometimes helpful for that kind of thing. Neither Emi or I bother asking what it is. As we arrive at my classroom, Emi gives me a quick kiss and heads down the hallway, Rin in tow. I turn to enter the classroom to be met by the duo of Shizune and Misha. They saw. They know. Misha seems to be fighting a losing battle to keep from breaking into a fit of giggles while she translates Shizune's latest rant. While we are pleased, nay, thrilled to see how well you've managed to make new friends and forge relationships, and with such a cutie too, Hee-chan. I think that last part was probably Misha. We nevertheless feel compelled to politely remind you that public displays of affection are strictly forbidden. Really? That's disappointing, Shi-chan. By Section 8 of the Code of Conduct laid out in the student handbook. She's corrected. Public displays of affection. You know, I'm not really a big fan of those. I'm shy, okay? I don't like anything that draws attention to me. So public displays of affection are a big no-no for me. Even Misha was disappointed with the rule. Yeah, Misha's on our side. Thank you, Misha. You're a real one. In this case, however, ignorance of the law may be your excuse, as we are feeling lenient. And the paperwork required to punish the both of you would only add to the already mountainous volume of work which confronts us, the sole members of the student council. And besides, you two are adorable together. Jesus, you two. Give us a break! Therefore, consider this a formal warning, and please refrain from such displays in the future. At least when Shizune can see you, Hee-chan. Misha added that last part. This whole spiel is so patently ridiculous that I can't help but reply in the same pompous manner. Well, I, for one, feel enlightened. They really had to remind you that they are lonely in the student council. They sure did. They're like, you didn't join us. He can't join us in the student council. Now we hate him. I hate him. He's meanie. I apologize profusely for my rash actions and will strive to contain my baser impulses which, I fear, impel me towards such inappropriate displays of public affection. It is hardly my wish to burden an already overworked student council with such petty matters, and will do my best to make your lives easier in this matter in the future. At least, when Shizune is watching. This last line is delivered with a wink to Misha, who finally loses control of her laughter. Well said, Hee-chan. Chuckling a little to myself, we enter the classroom. Class is uneventful, and after the final bell rings, I find myself alone with Muto again. So, it looks like we've all assembled for the second meeting of the Science Club. Or is it the first? What do you think? Should we count yesterday as a meeting? Well, we did form the club yesterday, didn't we? That seems like club business, so we can safely call it, yeah, a meeting. Muto smiles in his usual stilted and awkward way. I wonder if the muscles in his face are just not shaped correctly to let him smile naturally. You really do have a knack for this, I think. Logical thought processes. Oh my god. We may have a knack for logical thought processes, but I do not have a knack for speaking coherently. Jesus. I guess so. A scientist speaks with authority, so the answer here is yes, I do. When the world wants to know how it works, we tell it, even if all we've got is a decent hypothesis. But we must sound certain anyway, because we're the authorities on the subject, right? He chuckles, go along with his awkward smile at his awkward joke. I'm doing my best not to grimace, but I don't think I'm being too successful. That's entirely false, of course. We know a lot, sure, but nobody's an expert on how the world works, if only because nobody can be sure. With no certainty, there's no experts. But we like to pretend. Sometimes. There's some things we can be certain of, right? Yes, but no. We know gravity's there, for example. To illustrate, Muto picks up a pencil and drops it. See? Still there. But it's good to check every once in a while. That's why you'll still see researchers mucking about with gravity. We're pretty sure we know how it works, but there's always a chance that something isn't how we think it is. So you check and check and check. That's science in a nutshell, Hisao. The whole time I've listened feeling rather spellbound. Muto seems to be really passionate about this stuff, I think. It's hard to tell sometimes. How the world works. How humans work. How the universe works. All these questions to be answered. And, depending on what I go into, maybe I could even figure out a way to fix my heart. That said, I don't think that's a real that's not a real high priority for me. Besides, as we start discussing the book he gave me yesterday, I find myself more and more interested in that than my heart condition. Before we even realize it, an hour's gone by. Well, let's call this meeting over for now, okay? We'll have another meeting tomorrow or the day after. He considers this for a moment. Call it the day after. I've got a lot of grading to do. Okay, see you then. As I exit the classroom, I realize that I don't have really anything to do tonight. Emi and I didn't make plans, so I guess I'll go to the library? Yeah, beats doing homework in my room anyway. Oh no, I'm late. I even waited. We spent like 15 minutes mucking about because I ruined everything and I had to fix things. I waited for you and you were still late. Oh, I'm hurt. You didn't miss much. Let's see. Emi kissed us in the hallway. And yeah, that's about it. I just woke up. Obviously, you need to wake up earlier. Gosh. If it's not obvious, I'm kidding. God damn it. Oh yeah, you had to. Nobody horny. Nobody rang the horny bell for that. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that, but you're right. Yeah. You gotta get on. You gotta. It was just so sweet and pure of a kiss. Yeah, you're right. Can that really even be called horny? What is a horny? Nothing but a miserable pile of basic carnal desires.
Enjoy the lurk, Stern Cold, and thanks for stopping by.
Enjoy your lurk, Stern. The library always seems cooler than the rest of the building. Probably to keep the books from getting damaged by excessive heat and humidity. Books are sturdy objects, but if you want to keep them in good condition, it takes a little effort. I've got several books that are so well worn the pages are barely clinging to the spine. It seems impossible for them to still be usable, but if you handle them with care. I make my way to the main desk, where I spot Yuko busying herself with something or another. She smiles at me as I enter and waves. Hello, Hisao. Good to see you again. What are you looking for this time? Nothing in particular, I guess. I just don't really feel like going back to my room is all. Yuko nods. Well, if you're unoccupied, maybe you could help me look for something. Sure, what do you need? Yuko brings a finger to her lips and looks around furtively. She seems to be looking for eavesdroppers. Come closer. Closer. I take a few hesitant steps forward while feeling distinctly unnerved. Yuko lowers her voice to a confidential whisper. I'm on the trail of the Yamaku cat burglar. The what? Shh. The walls have ears, Hisao. Or they might. But listen. Those missing books. Remember them? Yeah. Well, they weren't missing. They were stolen. I'm convinced of it. I remember you saying something of the sort earlier, but how do you know? Yuko leans in closer, and, if possible, whispers even lower. Because I found one of his hiding places. You did what? Yuko looks triumphant. I found one of his stashes. It was under one of the stairwells in the boys' dorm. 3 books I've been looking for. They're all there. I'd suspected a thief before, but this proves it. So, did you take back the books? Yuko looks as if I've just suggested she walk around naked. Are you nuts? He can't know I'm onto him. He might go to ground and evade capture. So what do you need my help with then? Yuko casts another glance around the library and leans in closer. You've got to spy for me. Spy? Yeah, like when you're in the dorms, you know? Keep an eye out for suspicious activity. What constitutes suspicious anyway? I mean, Kenji's a pretty suspicious dude. But I'll wager he barely goes to class, much less sneaks into the library to pilfer books. It's Kenji. Still, what's the harm in saying yes? At the least, it'll get me out of this weird conversation. Yeah, I can do that, no problem. Yuko straightens up and claps excitedly. Great! Now hurry up and talk about something else in case someone comes in. How's the school treating you? Pretty well, actually. I've been running in the mornings with Emi Barazaki, right? Yeah. How'd you know? I served you 2 in the tea house, remember? I deduced that if you were going to run with anyone, it would probably be her. She looks pleased with herself. Impressive! Anyway, yeah, we've been running in the mornings. And, we kinda started dating. Yuko claps her hands together excitedly. Really? That's great! I'll bet you 2 are great together. I love seeing people find one another like that, you know? Oops, well, I'm back. Well, oops, welcome back, Stern. Stern, I'm sorry. I saw Stern's name. I saw Stern's lurk message and I said that. Sorry, Wing of Shoe. I'm so sorry I said... I'm so sorry I said his name instead of yours. Welcome back, Wing of Shoe. I even thought to myself when you walked into the Shanghai that one time, I wonder if that kid will wind up with one of those girls. Really? Yuko doesn't seem to notice my somewhat weirded out. You know what? That's fair. You can have that one. You can have that one. No, you. I'm not even gonna horny bell you with that one. You've earned it. You've earned it. Yep, I could tell that you'd wind up with one of them, you know. I've got an eye for that sort of thing. Of course. Her expression droops slightly. I'm not so good at it myself. Oh, I'm sure that's not true. Oh, it's true. I met this guy once. Blah, 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 blah. We got along really great, but it turned out he was younger than... Oh, no. How much younger? And that was kind of weird, but not terribly so. What was really weird is that he disappeared one day, and I'm not seeing him since then. Huh. Does seem kind of odd. Doesn't it? I hope it wasn't something I did. I feel compelled to reassure you. Her. I'm sure it wasn't. I intended to try and calm her down further, but both of us jump in surprise at the ringing suddenly coming from my pocket. Yuko sighs to steady herself as I pull the phone from my pocket. I feel a little sheepish for indirectly causing the incident. Emi? What's up? Oh, thank God, I haven't called your phone before, so I didn't know if this number would work or whether you would pick up, but I can't... Whoa there, Emi, slow down. What's wrong? There's a pause on the other side of the line, during which I can hear Emi trying to control her breathing in order to calm down. Something's got her terribly agitated, and it's starting to agitate me. Can you stop by? Like now? Or shortly after now? I really, really need to talk to you. Uh-oh. There's a tone of pleading in the last sentence that I don't think I've ever heard from her. Of course, I'll be right there. Hold steady, okay? In my increasingly agitated state, I've apparently started saying things that don't quite make sense. Okay, I'll be okay. See you soon. I press the button to end the call before slipping the phone back in my pocket. Apologize to Yuko for running off, and run off. Perhaps at some point I would have stopped to think about the time or how suspicious it looks for a guy to enter the girls' dorm at this hour. Except right now, I'm just concerned with getting to Emi and finding out what's wrong and how I can help her. I knock at the door and am greeted with a subdued, "Come in." Something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Emi's there, yes, but she's in a wheelchair. Uh-oh. And her legs are missing. Well, I mean... I glance around the room and see them sitting in a corner, looking like they've been thrown there. Emi responds to my entrance with a lopsided grin that is both pleased to see me and completely, utterly heartbroken. Hi, Hisao. Looks like she's been crying, but if she was, she stopped now. I notice that I'm a little out of breath, having taken the stairs 2 at a time in order to get here. Her legs have always been missing. I know. Listen. He's gotten so used to her that he hardly has even noticed that she's, you know, disabled, missing legs in the first place. It's not important to him anymore. He's grown. Because at the beginning he used to be focused so much on that. My heart doesn't seem to mind the strain though. I file this happy fact away for later consideration. Like, when I'm not staring somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. Realizing I've still not responded to her greeting, my brain lurches into gear. Emi, what happened? Guess I should have listened to you, Hisao. My leg's got a nasty infection. I'm not allowed to run on it for at least a couple of weeks. Weeks? You're heartbroken over not being able to run for just a few weeks? Oh, Emi. Oh, to be young again. Those weeks are gonna go by fast, and you know it, Emi. Don't worry about it. She gives a bitter laugh that shouldn't be coming from her. I can't even walk on it. Could have used a crutch and kept one of my legs, but I didn't see the point. Why hop? You can't run on one leg. At least this way I can still, I don't know, roll fast or something. Yeah, that's good, right? You sound very, very much failing at the supportive boyfriend role. Well, time to Princess carry Emi on their daily runs. Hell yes. Old Hat Ori gives wisdom. Yes, you see, kids. Just a couple weeks, you'll heal back right as rain. You won't even notice you won't even notice you weren't running in the first place. It's as they say, time heals all wounds. So her speed growth is lower than 20% now. Yes, her speed growth has been lowered. She's reclassed into armor knight. My awkward attempt to look on the bright side seems appreciated, but not really effective. I am back. My dog started puking a lot, but thankfully it was just her eating something behind my back that wasn't good for her. She's still a good girl. Yeah. She was temporarily bad for eating stuff. I gotta love seeing dogs when they know they get into something that they shouldn't be getting into, but they do it anyway. And then when you show up, they're all, oh, I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything. But you know. That's how you know that they did something. Her height is also lower. Yeah. She's just like Edelgard now. Very slow, but more movement speed than you think. And also still very short. Emi shrugs again. It's just kind of a nuisance. I mean, you can't even eat up on the roof now. No wheelchair access. Ah. Aw, was she more worried about not being able to eat lunch with me? Yeah, but that's not that big a deal, right? I mean, we can still eat together, and that's the important thing. That lopsided grin again. It hurts to look at. I suppose so, yeah. But like I said, it's a nuisance. I mean, I haven't really used a wheelchair in... She thinks for a minute. Maybe 7 years? Something like that anyway? Aw, 7 years? That's so good, Emi. I'm so proud of you. A long time. I'm afraid I'm a bit out of practice. Well, fortunately, it's only temporary, right? Emi nods. Oh, yeah, of course. It's not like I've lost him permanently. Well, yeah, we'll go with that, Emi. But it's a pain in the ass all the same. I nod sympathetically. There's not much else I can do, after all. What am I gonna do? Say, I told you so? Oh, I did tell her to get that leg looked at. But by the time I noticed, it was too late anyway. Do you need help with anything? Yeah, dumbass. She needs you to push her around. That is, can I help with anything? Emi shakes her head, and there's a bit of her usual grin back. Nah, I can manage fine by myself. Although if you want to help me over to my bed, it would save me the trouble of rolling over there myself. I blush in spite of myself. Emi giggles. You're such a prude, Sal. Not a prude, I just want to take advantage of a young woman such as yourself. It's ungentlemanly. I wheel Emi's chair to her bed and easily scoop her up and deposit her there. What is phrasing like that? Scoop her up and deposit her there. Just get sexy. Oh no. I mean, like, maybe. It could be. Obviously, we're playing the Steam version, so censored, but... Anyway. She quickly sorts herself out and sits on the side. She's actually a little heavier than she looks. It'd be rude of me to observe this aloud. Of course. She's so small you can scoop her like strawberry ice cream.
Framing is important.
Yeah. Man, you're kinda heavy. Smack! Emi hits me with a pillow. Ass! Just saying is all. Must be all that running. At the mention of running, Emi's grin falters slightly. Well, I guess I won't have to worry about that for a bit, huh? Maybe I'll lose some weight. That's what you do to lose weight, right? Cease physical activity? I'm pretty sure that's what the nurse would recommend. Speaking of which, are you gonna be showing up in the morning? It would be rude of me to say it, says it immediately. Hell yes! I'd hate to run alone. Ah, shit. Emi's sudden interjection, more a disquieted muttering than anything too profane, causes me to look over in shock. She's leaning forward, trying to cover the fact that she's crying by covering her eyes with a hand. Of course, the subdued sobbing makes it pretty obvious that she's crying. Hey, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything, okay? I place a hand gingerly around her and pull her close. I can think of nothing else to say or do. How do you comfort someone who's just lost their legs again? I hug her. Hey! Look at you! You predicted it. Emi wraps me in a hug and stays that way for a while. Sorry. I'm pretty bad at this whole comforting thing, I guess. Don't say that.
Let's just run with the handicap jokes.
No! That was not the time. We're having a moment here. How? He really is bad with comforting others. Yeah, he's pretty terrible at it, honestly. I'm fine, really. Her voice is slightly muffled by my chest. You know what? That's fair. I pat her head reassuringly. That's the spirit, right? We'll get through this fine. I know it. Besides, I'm here to help you, remember? Emi lifts her head and stares at me with tear-stained eyes. Can you? Can you really? She's grinning lopsidedly, and something sparkles in her gaze. I can't tell if I'm being mocked or not. Of course. I mean, ow! I mean, sure, you're a bit heavy, but ah! My witty comment is cut off by the sudden press of Emi's lips on mine. I'm caught off guard and am rewarded by hitting my head on the wall behind her bed. Smack. Ow! Emi pulls back, trying to look concerned rather than like she's about to laugh. Are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry. I rub my head ruefully and grin back at her. Caught me off guard there. Is that gonna become a habit? We're gonna be lectured by Shizune and Misha more? At the mention of the duo, Emi giggles. Honestly, those two. If I didn't know why, I'd be utterly confused as to why she hangs around with someone so bossy. Which one are we talking about? You know exactly which one, Hisao. Misha's hardly bossy. So what's the reason then? Huh? The reason why Misha hangs around Shizune. She's her translator! Obviously they're gonna have to hang out. Emi waves my question off with a smile. No idea. I see. Anyway, you seem to be forgetting the original question, don't you? Oh yeah, I guess I am. You wouldn't mind giving a guy a little warning, would you? Otherwise, I'm liable to wind up with a concussion. I emphasize the point by rubbing at the back of my head.
I'm sure Lily sees why too.
Emi giggles madly. You could wear a helmet. Some kids here do, you know. Or I could just take revenge! I grab a pillow from beside me and whack Emi over the head. We really just hit her with the... Oh, Emi topples off the bed and lands on the floor with a thump. He really did! He really did smack her with the... Her arms promptly reappear on the bed, and she manages to pull herself back up. She really has a surprising amount of strength in that little body. Her face is turned downward and away from mine, making me think I might have accidentally hurt her. Emi, you okay? She's preparing her counter-assault. You didn't hit your... A hand shoots up and grabs my collar. She pulls me in with a sharp tug. Her face now barely an inch away from mine as she grins cheekily. Emi? Ah! She gives me a sharp headbutt. Our foreheads making quite a loud thud.
It's just pillow talk.
This isn't pillow talk. They're just fighting now. Literally just going hand to hand. I sit back and rub my now sore head as Emi smirks victoriously. How's that for revenge? No fair! You can't take revenge for revenge. For someone missing most of her legs, Emi's surprisingly agile. Fighting is like... I know, that's why it's kind of funny. I swipe at her, but she deftly rolls out of the way and lands her hit with her pillow. course, the odds are against her. I can stand up, for starters. Oof. Oh. Is this the scene skip? Is this the censor? This might be the censor. I think it was.
Imagine losing to someone without legs.
Yeah, imagine. I think that was it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was it. Still valid, yep. Mm-hmm. So just like it in the normal version. Is that what happens in the normal version? Probably. Well, I mean, is that the censor in the normal version, rather? Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright, so I think I mentioned this previously, but as a member reward, I'm gonna go back, download the patch, obviously not show it, but and then I'll just read out the scene there for members. Because I don't know how much YouTube would like it if I uploaded that normally. But if it's hidden behind a member paywall, they'll probably care less. Yeah, that's fair. The sunlight breaks through my window shortly before my alarm ruins the morning silence. I feel sore. The events of the previous evening suddenly intrude upon my consciousness, and I find myself blushing. That was an eventful evening, and explains perfectly the soreness in my lower back. The walk back, as I recall, had been rather tense. Fortunately for me, the only person I ran into on my way back was Kenji. Oh gosh! And he didn't notice a thing. Well, apart from my being in the general vicinity. Of course, he'd ask how the night went, and whether or not I'd learned anything of importance. I don't even know if I opened my mouth to answer. I was too tired to care. And this morning, I'll admit that I'm feeling pretty worn out. Still, Emi had promised to meet me at the track, and I hate to disappoint. She's indeed waiting for me when I arrive, doing her best to look cheery despite the fact that she's sitting in a wheelchair. I wave to her and begin stretching. You're early. Emi frowns and shakes her head. Ridiculous. You're late. Overslept, he sow? All tuckered out? Well, at least she seems more like her old self. And as expected...
Emi might not be able to run, but she can still suck the life out of him.
And as expected, she doesn't seem that shy about mentioning our previous activities. Hey, you're lucky I could show up at all. All that cardiovascular activity last night, I nearly thought I'd have to see the nurse afterwards. Can you imagine? Nurse! Nurse, I'm dying! Why, what happened? What were you doing? We were...
She was just exercising the night before.
More like exercising the... No. Emi laughs out loud, and then her face suddenly becomes concerned. Hey, that's not a... I mean, you're not... Go on, spit it out. It's just that it would be hard to explain if you had an episode while we were... Oh. Oh. Now that she mentions it, it really is a legitimate concern. I certainly hadn't thought of it last night, of course. Other, more pressing concerns had been at hand. Hello, cutie patootie. Hello! Hi, Autoleaf. You, picked a great time to join, I guess. Well, I don't think anything we do is going to be any more of a strain than these morning runs, and I handle those fine, so... Emi considers this point. A devious light appears in her eyes.
I'm sure he really had lots of pressing things in his hands last night.
Look at that face. That is the perfect smug face. You would do that. You would horny ring that. Oh no, Emi's smug. Look at how smug she is right now. Look at it. Look at it. Look at her. Just look at that. That is the definition of smug. You open up a textbook, you pull up the word smug, and that's just an image of Emi right there. That's what it is.
So of the two of them, who had a harder night?
Well, I think Hisao definitely had a pretty hard night, that's for sure. Say. The light vanishes and Emi grins ruefully at me. I can't help but feel vaguely suspicious. I seem to have forgotten a pair of gloves. What do you need gloves for? Emi indicates the chair upon which she is seated. For this, of course. Sure, regular moving around is all well and good without him, but I want to be able to get a good workout. To get that kind of speed, you gotta have gloves if you don't want blisters. So what, are you wussing out on me then? Do I have to go it alone? Emi thinks for a minute, or pretends to think. If I remember right, there's a spare pair or two in the track shed. She does seriously want to do it then. But in her normal school uniform? I'd have expected her to wear her gym outfit for something like this. A wheelchair racing episode? Hell yeah. Wait, what are they doing there? Emi looks askance at me. Seriously? You can't think why a shed full of track supplies at a school for the disabled would have racing gloves? Well, when she puts it that way, I suppose that makes perfect sense. Hey, I'm still getting used to this place. Give me a break, huh? I guess I can let it slide this time. Now come on, I'll need your help. Can't imagine what for, but then again, I didn't have a clue why racing gloves would be in the shed, so I'm not willing to press the issue. Emi navigates her way to the shed easily enough, though I can hear her grumbling under her breath. It's actually kind of cute. I hurry a little to reach the door first. Opening it will be easier for me than for her. The door opens and Emi starts to wheel inside, only to come to a sudden halt at the doorway. Seems the door sill is slightly too high for her to get over by herself. She's still trying. She makes a few runs at it, unsuccessfully, before crossing her eyes and glaring at the offending object. Stupid wheelchair. Hisao, can you give me a hand here? Sure, no problem. It's a simple enough matter for me to bump Evie over the doorway, jostling her slightly. Hey, easy there. Whoops, sorry. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, Rin wouldn't be able to give her a hand here. That is true.
She asked you something she could never ask Rin for. You're special.
You people. You can't say that. It's at about this time that I fail to notice where I'm going and run Emi's chair into a mat. Dunk. She gives a startled yelp and topples forward out of her chair. There's a moment of silence as I gaze in horror upon what I've done, and Emi glares at me. Hisao. Yes? Promise me you'll never work at a hospital? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Emi giggles and holds up a hand. Would you kindly help me back into my chair, Hisao? As I bend down to pick up Emi, she grins in triumph and pulls me into a kiss that quickly has us both entirely unconcerned about getting her back into the chair. In fact, as I move to a more comfortable position, I confess that the chair is pushed out of the door, which, startled by the passage, swings shut. Oh god, we got locked in the shed! Again? Holy crap! Yeah, I'll join you on that one. I'll give that one a ring. Knock, knock. Quick, put your clothes back on! Who's there? That's not how the joke goes at all. Oh no, did we get caught? I already said, who's there? More importantly, what time is it? More importantly, what day? I am suddenly catapulted into wakefulness by both the fact that the knocking still hasn't stopped and the fact that it's noon. On a school day. Now fully awake, I can remember why I was napping. Better not give that excuse to Muto. Why are you not in class? I'm sorry! I was fucking... I wonder how long this knocking is going to continue. Guess I ought to answer the door. Oh, it's Kenji. I'm strangely unsurprised to see Kenji on the other side. So it appears that Kenji is surprised to see me. What the hell are you doing here, man? Well, I was sleeping. Kenji nods in understanding. Knocked out, I see. I told you to be careful about that Ibarazaki chick, man. Dude, you don't even know. This is the sort of thing that happens when you aren't cautious. Really, Kenji? Knocked out? Yeah. He makes an attempt to look at the back of my head. Did she hit you with something? Or was it a drug? Stop trying to touch me. Kenji produces a flashlight and shines it in my eyes. You got a concussion? I wasn't knocked out. Maybe you just don't remember. This conversation isn't going anywhere. No, I just had a tiring morning and fell asleep. Whatever, man. You want to be in denial about this, I guess I can't stop you. You gotta watch out for that girl, man. She's not safe. What? She's not safe to be around. She's one of their most sinister agents. If you're not careful, there's no telling what could happen. She's brought down stronger men than you know. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not an agent of anything, and she didn't knock me out, okay? I also highly doubt that she's brought down anyone at all. Kenji looks almost offended. I have no idea why. You don't believe me? That's cold, man. Real cold. I'm just trying to look out for you. That's what friends do, you know. We're friends? I had no idea. Then again, I wonder if Kenji knows what being a friend even entails. I feel something like pity for him, standing there before me. Maybe he does think he's looking out for me. I know. I'm sorry about that. Thanks for the warning. I hold out my hand as a sign of peace. Kenji shakes it gingerly, like my hand could possibly be on fire. There's an awkward silence for a few seconds before Kenji remembers that he's still shaking my hand. Anyway, I need a favor. No, you cannot have money for food. What kind of favor? I'm out of money. No, you aren't. You've got money kept in your desk drawer under a black notebook for emergencies. Kenji, I'm gonna knock your lights out. Did you ransack my room? That's not important. I don't need money anyway. He adopts a very serious tone. I'm about to undertake a major op. It'll blow the whole conspiracy wide open if I'm right. But it's dangerous, so I need you to do something for me in case I don't come back. Sure, man. Anything. What the hell is he planning on doing? Should I be telling someone about this? If I go missing, wait 3 days and then mail my journal off to the newspapers. It's hidden in my room under a false bottom in one of my desk drawers. How do I get into your room? I don't have a key. Kenji looks at me like I'm crazy. So pick the lock. You know how to do that, right? That's an important skill to learn at a young age. Yeah, of course I know how. I'll be sure to, do that for you, if you go missing. I don't think I want to read Kenji's journal. Either way, Kenji seems pretty happy that I've agreed to do this thing for him. Great, man, great. I'll see you around, I got stuff to do. And he's gone, dashing down the hallway. He made it seem so final. I hope I don't have to carry out his final wishes. Shaking my head, I close my door and walk back to my bed. Guess I should go to class, if only to catch the last half of the day. But I've come this far without going to class today.
We know how to pick Emi's personal lock, wink wink.
Everybody, I think you know what to do. And I did want to read more of that hawking book Muto lent me. I'm sure he'll understand. Knock knock. This time the noise jerks my attention away from my book. An experience not unlike being woken up. Who's there? Me, aren't you glad? The voice is muffled through the door, but unmistakably Emi's. I hop up and open the door, smiling broadly. Hey, nice to see you again. Emi grins back, staring up at me from her wheelchair. Yeah, you would have seen me earlier, but the damned elevator wasn't working. I had to wait for them to fix it. I think they could keep it in better order, but no. I chuckle a bit at her vexed expression and invite her in. She wheels in easily, and with my help, she hops onto my bed. Is there gonna be a third one? There, much more comfortable than that stupid chair. A sigh of containment hangs in the air, and for a minute we both just stare at one another. It's at that point that I notice the circles under Emi's eyes. They're not that dark, but they definitely weren't there before. Before I can ask him about them, Emi fixes me with a mischievous stare. So I couldn't help but notice you weren't at lunch today. In fact, I don't think I saw you at all. What happened? Fell asleep. I actually didn't wake up until lunch, and only then because Kenji woke me up. What had you so tired? Strenuous workout this morning. Slightly uncomfortable too. Emi coughs, a half laughing, half embarrassed noise. Remind me not to do that again. No problem. Wasn't exactly great for me either, to be honest. We'll just avoid that from now on. Are you, still sore? Emi stares at me in disbelief. What? It's a legitimate question! Of all the questions I never thought I'd be asked, that's one of them. Well, I didn't ever expect to have to ask it, so we're even. Emi laughs at this. I guess so, huh? Well, since you asked, yes, I'm still a little sore. We're never doing that again. Alright, this is the part where I have to horny bell myself. In the process of looking up various artwork to use for this game, I know what they're talking about. I know what they mean when they say we're never doing that again. No arguments from here. A yawn escapes her and I raise an eyebrow. Tired?
It's good to stretch before working out.
Yeah. Emi nods sleepily. I haven't slept well. Not sleeping well. I can tell that she didn't mean to tell me this earlier, or tell me this either. She gives a little start, like she's just been caught lying, and hastens to add. It's not a big deal, though. What's the trouble? Emi shrugs and refuses to elaborate. Stressed over exams? Another shrug, but after a pause, Emi nods hesitantly. Yeah, I guess. Actually, that's why I stopped by. She begins to look more and more miserable. Not so you notice, of course, but her eyes are on her lap. She's fidgeting and her voice is quiet. We need to stop hanging out so much. Huh? Why? Emi takes a deep breath like she's been practicing this. Because you're too much fun to be around. And I can't concentrate when you're near me. With exams coming up soon, I just can't have that distraction. Otherwise my grades will be pretty lousy, I'm afraid. I could help you study. She smiles at me, clearly unhappy with the situation. I'd love it if you could, but we wouldn't actually study, would we? She knows. But girls just wanna have fun. I mean, even now, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but I kind of just want to, not converse. Overwhelmed by my rugged manliness. I understand. That earns me a grin, at least. Emi shakes her head. Fine, I'll add one then, too. Idiot, you're full of yourself. Well, I am pretty irresistible. More or less, I guess. So that's the situation, Hisao. I have too much fun around you, and if I'm gonna go into exams prepared, I need to be alone. Hey, that's okay. Really seems to have been bothering her. Besides, it's only a couple of weeks.
Funny number.
Funny number, funny number. It's only a couple of weeks, and we'll still see each other in the mornings and at lunch. We can just hang out at school, no problem. And after exams, we'll go on a date to celebrate their being over, okay? Emi grins, pleased by this proposal. Yeah, sure, that sounds great. As if to signal the end of the conversation, she leans in and kisses me. The rest of the night is not spent worrying about exams. Not gonna lie, I was half expecting Fish to show up. Like right at the end of the conversation, like, we're gonna go our different ways for a while, but you know. It's weird how easily Emi and I can keep from seeing one another after class now. Jesus, I butchered that. Holy moly. We should replace horny and instead have fish. Alright, you know what? I'll just add it as another way to activate the bell. That's easy. Exclamation point, fish. There. And you can now use exclamation point fish to ring the bell. There you go. Actually, I'd venture to say that it's vaguely disturbing. As easily as we'd come together, we seem to have split apart without much trouble. Well, I guess that's not exactly true. We've both been pretty bummed after that last night together. And we get to see each other every morning for our runs. And just our runs, I might add. Lunch too. I especially enjoy lunchtime with her. We have plenty of time to talk about everything outside of school, whereas the morning runs have been increasingly businesslike. I think it's because Emi wants to make up for our foolery in the storage shed. No matter how much we joke at lunch, I can't help feeling a little worried about her. She seems distracted more often, and I've caught her fidgeting nervously more than once. Never figured her to be someone who cared that deeply about exams, but they certainly seem to be taking their toll. Even though they haven't even started. This is just the run-up, deep breath before the plunge. Tomorrow, the real trials begin. Or, the real exams, anyway. As for me, I actually don't feel that worried about exams at all. Not sure why, I mean. They're pretty important. My scores here will determine my odds of getting into a good university. Hell, if I'm too cavalier now, it could spell doom for my academic career. But going into them, I feel confident that I'll come out the other side okay. Muto thinks I've got the science examination locked up at any rate. Or as he says, the last thing that should give you trouble is my exam, Hisao. It's way beneath your talents. And again, it is Muto who's telling this. His praise of me carries the veiled implication that anything less than perfect for me would be a disappointment, which has actually caused me to fret more than I should about the exam. It's for that reason that I find myself in the library after class, poring over the textbook. Pretty simple things to look over. Some formulas of velocity, a few bits about friction. A walk in the park compared to my dreaded English exam. Never was good with languages. As I flip through my notes one more time, my mind begins to wander. After these exams are over, things should get easier. Soon we'll be graduated. Then off to college, hopefully. I remember my abortive attempt to find out what Emi plans to do after high school. Huh. She avoided the subject pretty deftly, as I recall. Heck.
Emi knows a lot on how friction works.
Alright, everybody get your morning bells out. Yep. Heck, it seems that just about every time I push too hard, she dances around the subject. Or distracts me through other means. Like a few days ago at lunch when Rin wasn't around. Oh no. Hey. Again? Again, you two? Jeez. I've done it. I'm startled from my revere by Yuko's triumphant shout. Gah! Yuko seems mortified at my sudden starting. Oh my god! I'm so sorry, I really wasn't, and it's just that... As she stutters, I move to quickly calm her down before she gets too agitated. Whoa, hey. My words seem ineffective. Yuko continues to work herself into a complete frenzy. And it's a library and I shouldn't be... Easy there, just calm down. And really, I'm setting a bad example, and now I'll get fired because I can't do anything right. Yuko! Shouting seems to work, though. Oh, sorry. Shouting seems to work, though I draw the ire of several other students studying in the library. Yuko snaps to attention, like a soldier who's just heard the captain bark an order. Sorry. Calm down, it's okay. You just startled me a little. That's only because I was daydreaming instead of studying. So really, you got me back on task. This is a complete lie, but it seems to work. Yuko takes a deep breath and seems to calm down a little, though she keeps shifting around with a nervous energy that seems awfully familiar. What's got you so excited, anyway? The Yamaku cat burglar. To her credit, Yuko manages to convey her intense excitement in a whisper. I think I know who it is. I got an anonymous tip as to their identity. So I did some spying, and I think the tipster was right. Oh, really? And who was this, burglar? Yuko shuts her mouth, shaking her head decisively. Nope, I can't tell you that. Why not? Between me and the burglar. I can't risk you warning him that I'm onto his game. He could tip his hand early and blow town. Then I'm left with no perp. When did Yuko start talking like a hard-boiled detective? I wouldn't warn them. Why would I care? If you've got to ask that question, then you don't need to know. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Congratulations, I guess? Thanks. What for? The, cat burglar thing. Yuko nods and smiles appreciatively. When did you start talking like Kenji? I guess I did let Kenji sneak through a little bit there. So, studying for exams? Well, that was the plan. Not having much luck, though. Really? Is it because you can't find a book? I'm really sorry. I've been meaning to clean up the shelves for a week now. But I keep getting distracted. I'm so sorry. Whoa, wait. It's not that. I've got my book right here. To illustrate the point and hopefully calm Yuko down, I show her the textbook in front of me. My mind just keeps wandering, is all. Is it because of the noise in here? I'm trying to be more strict about the noise levels, but I can't bring myself to yell at people. I mean, aren't their lives hard enough without me throwing my authority around? No, it's not the noise level either, I promise. I'm just... Hell, I don't know. Worried about Emi. Worried about us. Worried about what happens after we graduate. Emi's been kind of weird lately. What do you mean? Well, you know how we're dating now? I just don't know that we're actually, a couple. Or at least, I don't know that we're beyond friends. The friends normally don't do the sort of things we do. Physically, we're a couple. Coupling, at least. It's like every time I try to find out more about her, or about what she wants to do with her life, she dodges the question. Like the other day, I was talking to her at lunch about some schools I've been looking into. And I asked her, have you looked into any schools lately? She shrugs in response, says no, and when I ask why not, she says that she doesn't think that far ahead. I ask why she had that policy, and I suddenly realize what I'm about to start describing, and wisely decide to clam up. She what? She changed the subject. Wouldn't talk about it. Maybe it's an uncomfortable subject for her? Or she just doesn't think it needs explaining? Yeah, but it's not just that. Every time I try to find out what's been bothering her, she changes the subject too. Like she likes being with me, but not getting close to me. Now that I've said it out loud, I feel worse. You could digest this bit of information. It seems to me that you're more serious about this than she is. I can almost feel my stomach twist into a knot. He's right. It's exactly what it seems like. But is that really what's going on? I mean... Sorry, I'm just talking nonsense. You shouldn't take my advice, you barely know me.
Even in the chaste environment of a library, Hisao's mind will forever be corrupted by visions of Emi Zing exercises and workouts.
Amazing exercises and workouts. Alright, yeah, I'm just a librarian. I'm single, so you can imagine I can't know what I'm talking about. No, I think you have a point. As much as it hurts to even consider it. Yuko seems to try desperately to find a way to soften the blow somewhat. Look. I'm probably wrong. But if you want to be sure of how obviously wrong I am, maybe you should just talk to her. Get some time alone and just ask about it. And don't let her change the subject either. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Or maybe I should just enjoy what I have. We have fun hanging out, after all. And the runs are nice. And the other activities are nice. And talking to her is nice. Do I really need to get closer to her? What I've got right now is pretty good. But that's silly. I want to get closer to her. I want to be able to help her out with whatever is bothering her. But maybe I should wait until after exams are over. Maybe she'll brighten up once the stress is past. If she does, then I don't need to worry about it anymore. But if she doesn't, well... I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I thank Yuko for her advice and head back to my room. Maybe I'll be able to concentrate more on my studies in there. I leave the room after finishing my final exam and breathe a sigh of relief. As I'd hoped, the exams weren't so bad. I managed to breeze through just about everything but the English final. And even that was acceptable. I wonder how Emi did. Even more so, how she's doing. She looked terrible at lunch today. I mean, she was pretty happy to be out of her wheelchair, but she was so exhausted. Something's been wearing her down, and I'm starting to really doubt that it was just the exams. Should I confront her about this, though? My musing is interrupted by a tap on the shoulder. Hey, Sal. Got a minute? Oh. I can see Ori's missing best girl Emi. In a way. It's not like talking to him for a couple minutes can ruin everything, right? Right? This can't be that important of a decision, right? Come on now. You can't. Words before disaster right there. I know, right? No, we can talk. Emi's fine. Emi's a strong soldier. She'll be fine like 5 minutes of me not talking to her.
But words of wisdom are eternal.
True. We can spare a few minutes. Yeah, I've got some time. Nowhere important to be or anything like that. I hope that was sarcasm. Miguel raises an eyebrow as if questioning my statement, then beckons me back into the classroom. I want to get some feedback from you if I could. I know that this course wasn't quite up to your level. Don't worry about it, the science club activities more than made up for it. Did they? Uh-oh, bad end. Really? Are you actually saying that, or? I just wanted to talk to him for 5 minutes! Nah, honestly, I didn't think so. That seems like a really dumb decision to get a bad end from, you know? Well, in fact, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Do you think that was a worthwhile activity, just for my own reference? Well, yeah, it was a great way to go further than we did in class. It was definitely worthwhile. I'll be like, I just want to talk for 5 minutes. What's the worst that could happen? Bad end. Muto seems delighted by my response. That's great. Exactly the sort of the thing I was hoping for. You know, Hisao, I'm glad you came here. It's always good to have a student who really gets into the subject to teach. In a way, it makes dealing with the rest of the students more tolerable. Hey, that's kind of a mean thing to say. You're a bright kid, too. You took to all this stuff like a duck to water.
The one I'll give you if you don't join the student council. Oh wait, wrong route.
In 5 minutes, you could wheel off a staircase for bad ending. You missed the part where she's not in the wheelchair anymore, so she can't. Instead, she just fall down the stairs normally. You took to the stuff like a duck to water, or some other such simile. Thanks. You were a great help, especially with that college stuff. There's one more thing, Hisao. A bit of advice from one scientist to another. What's that? What does a scientist do? Observe the world around him? Exactly, good. A simple question, but one that most people can't seem to answer. That's the essence of a scientist, Hisao. We observe what's there and try to figure it out. What if there's something you can't figure out? What's a scientist to do if he can't observe something? How, for example, can we talk about quarks when nobody has ever actually seen one? Or black holes when observing them directly is impossible? Well, scientific equipment's pretty advanced. So irritably waves away my response. No, that's not it at all. Those are tools. I'm trying to give you a philosophy. Think. If you can't observe something directly...
We have fully observed and explored Emi. We are SI scientists.
Alright. Think. If you can't observe something directly, then how can you observe it? Guess? How? How would you guess the movement of a quark? What is your guess based on? Of course. Should have thought of it earlier. The things it affects. Mito claps his hands together excitedly and whoops. Yes, exactly, good! Remember that, Hisao. If you can't examine something directly, it's because you're looking at it wrong. You have to look at it differently if you want to uncover the truth. And if it eludes you, then look at what it leaves behind. That is the essence of being a scientist. You never stop looking for the answer. Never take anything for granted. Observe, experiment, and observe some more. There's a lot of stuff out there that makes no sense, Hisao. Your job is to get it to make sense. If nothing else, I hope you've learned that here. I think I can remember that. Muto smiles, satisfied. Good. Now go enjoy your time off. You've earned it. Quick. Now how can we... Now, Hisao, you have to think. How can you use this to solve your situation with Emi? I leave the room feeling a little confused. What brought that on? Although... Am I going about this thing with Emi the wrong way? If she won't tell me, then can I go about it some other way? Thank you, Hisao. He has 2 brain cells at least, and they just came together. Just enough. The question keeps spinning in my head even after I make my way back to my room. What if she gets angry about it? Besides, what if it's nothing? If I go in and refuse to leave until she tells me what's wrong or something, won't that come off as clingy? I don't want to start a fight or anything over something like this. Maybe I should just drop the matter and see how she is tomorrow before I do anything. Would it be so bad to just let it go? It's not like we don't enjoy each other's company. But as it sounds, I really want to help her. I don't even know what with, if there's anything at all she needs help for. But I want to. Suddenly a knock at my door rouses me. Kenji, fuck off! I knew it! I open it to see Kenji. Oh, it's you.
It's me? That's it? If you had any idea what I've been through, what I've done, you'd be happier to see me, dude. I mean, that was some epic you may never see me again shit. And you're just acting like I went down to the store for some milk. You're a cold man, Hisao. I really respect that.
Thanks, I guess.
It's smart to play it safe, you know. Don't show any emotion. Keep your cards close to your chest. Unless it's time to show your cards, or you have bad cards. Then you should fold or collect your winnings. Do you understand?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I take it the mission went well.
Whoa, awfully noisy of you, isn't it?
Noisy?
Awfully nosy of you, isn't it? You can't just go saying things like that. Things are at a delicate stage. One wrong move and bam, the invasion succeeds.
I thought you were gonna blow the conspiracy wide open.
It's bigger than I thought. I need to update my charts. And probably change some of the puppets around. You want to help? I've got some whiskey from somewhere. You can fill me in on everything your investigation has turned up.
Better not. I'm supposed to meet her today. Gotta do that. Can't raise suspicion. Kenji nods in approval.
Still keeping it close to the chest, eh? Okay, man, I respect that. Good luck.
Thanks? I'm just gonna pretend, for the sake of my own sanity, that he's wishing me luck in talking to Emi. And if I squint, that whole card analogy he was talking about works here. Time to lay it all on the table. Or see if I can't get Emi to do so, rather. With a sense of something approaching purpose, I head for Emi's room. I hop up the stairs leading to her room and knock on her door. Who's there? Huh, that's odd. Her voice sounds a little choked. Hey, it's me. Thought I'd stop by. Hisao? Come on in. I reach down to open the door, only to find that it's locked. More and more curious. Your door is locked.
Enjoy the LuKrembo, the one and only, and thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Lurk. You just wanna watch the segs. You've missed it. Ha ha ha. You only get the deep emotional scenes. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, sorry, give me a minute. In a few minutes, Emi opens the door, grinning.
Have you ever felt trapped in a dream before? Like, even if you were to scream as loudly as you could, it feels like nobody would hear?
Sorry, I had to put my legs on. I was napping. Despite her grin, there's something definitely off. Emi's eyes are slightly red. It looks like she's been crying. Hey, no problem. Are you okay? Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that you look like you've been crying. Oh yeah, Hisao, you're off to a great start on this one. What? No, I'm fine. I'm just happy to see you. She punctuates this with a long kiss. That continues as the door slams shut behind us. I know what she wants to do now, and I'm also painfully aware of how badly I want to do it too, but... No fish! I break the kiss off with a wrench of self-control that nearly kills me. Hey, wait. Emi's eyes crinkle in confusion. Huh? For what? We need to talk. Isn't that supposed to be my line? And never a good thing to say? She's got a point. It's usually the lead into a breakup. Or the prelude to a fight. Maybe it can be a good thing this time. That's the hope anyway. Can we at least get onto the bed? It's my first day back on these things, and I'm still readjusting. Plus, the nurse said I should try to be on them less often, since running put such a strain on them. Can't argue with that. It's a trap, we both know it, and we both don't care. Then again, it's awfully hard to get angry while in bed with the object of your affection, so maybe there's that motivation too. I set Emi's legs by the bedside and sit down next to her, throwing an arm around her shoulders. In silence, we just enjoy being able to be in this position again for a few minutes. Who has the leg up here? And of course, I need to ruin it by opening my mouth. Look, I know that you've been having a kind of a rough time of it lately. And I want to help you out. Thought it was just exams getting to you, but now I come to your room and you've been crying and that kills me. But I can't do anything if you won't talk to me about it. I told you I'm fine.
Enjoy the lurk, turbulent E3, and thanks for stopping by.
Your timing! It's pizza time! No, you aren't. It's obvious something's eating at you. You can tell me, you know. There's the slightest increase in tension in Emi's voice. Why is my saying I'm fine not good enough? You're concerned, I get it. That's cool. But I'm fine, and it's nothing you need to worry about. Not sleeping and spacing out more than Rin doesn't strike me as being fine. I just want to help. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't like seeing you like this. I want you to be happy, you know? I get the feeling that came out wrong because Emi fixes me with an icy stare. Do you want to fix me, Hisao? I can fix her. She's definitely getting angry now. Want to swoop in on your white charger and save the day? Stop the nightmares, the phantom limb pains? Restore what's lost? Her voice catches in her throat and tears start to flow. She can fix me. Well, you can't. Nobody can. Nobody will. So stunned by her sudden verbal assault that I remain quiet. Neither of us says anything for a while. I'm surprised that Emi tightens her grip on me rather than pushing me away. After a deep breath, she starts talking again. Look, I'm sorry. There's these nightmares. It worked, Hisao! Your plan worked! She's speaking! About the accident. Ah, the accident. I should have known. Took her legs after all, but it never comes up, of course. And I usually deal with them fine because I can run. Running clears my head like nothing else. I don't have to worry about anything while I'm running. I just concentrate on breathing, on the rhythm of things. It's easier that way. Life's easier that way.
Have her call you daddy?
52! We've run the horny bell 52 times! 53 times! Just keep moving forwards, you know? Nothing else matters. Just getting around the next curve. And then it's the next curve. And the next. And the next. Until I can't go anymore. Or think anymore. Or do anything but slow down and walk until I can catch my breath again. After something like that, nothing else matters. But I've been stuck in that goddamned wheelchair for too long, so no outlet. Today, it just kind of boiled over a little. You could have talked to me about it, you know? How? We were in exams! You didn't have to go it alone. Emi smiles sadly, like she's trying to explain to a child that all fire burns. Yeah, I did, and I do. But why? Why do you have to keep going through this alone? What are the other exclamations are there? Thank you, Stern. Although it's not popping up. There you go. Why can't you just trust me enough to let me help you? That smile again. That damned smile. Emi leans in and kisses me on my cheek, an almost motherly gesture. She leaves her mouth close to my ear, as she confesses this one thing to me. Because, Hisao, I've already had everything I knew ripped away from me once. I don't know what I'd do if it happened again. She pauses, as if uncertain as to whether or not she should continue. I could feel a violent churning in my gut. She continues. So I can't rely on you, or the nurse, or anyone else. Just me. That's how it's got to be. Having delivered this short speech, she looks down and covers her mouth with the back of her hand. The conversation is clearly over. I search for something to say, but I can't think of anything. Maybe I should go, for now. I've got stuff. Emi doesn't even look up. She sounds tired. Or relieved. Can't tell which. Okay, Hisao. Go take care of that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. I get off the bed and head for the door, pausing at the doorway. Hey, Emi? Yeah? 1,000 things I want to say. I'm too mixed up to say any of them, though. After her admitting that she'll never let me close, I feel like my world's just been ripped out from me. What happened in that accident? I know she's lost her legs, but that's never seemed to bother her. What happened there? What scares a girl so badly that she won't accept help, even from someone she loves? I don't know, but I want to know. I want to know so badly that being denied that answer feels like a knife in my guts. Misao? You were saying? I'm still standing in the doorway. Nothing. Never mind. And I'm closing the door and walking down the hallway, down the stairs, out the door, into the dark. Somehow, I wander back to my own room. My brains are doing a mile a minute, going nowhere fast. God damn it. Yeah. It's a little quiet, isn't it? There you go. I shortened it, by the way. But I didn't adjust the timing! Oh my god, I forgot! Hold on a second, I gotta fix that! It's just gonna randomly cut off, by the way. I don't know the exact time to put it to right now, so I'm just gonna set it to a random time and hope it's good enough. Somehow I wander back to my own room. My mind's I already read that. I can't figure out how to deal with this. I thought that moving forward was a good thing. Dwelling less on a past that I can't change, living in the present and looking at the future. After this thing with Emi, I'm not sure anymore. She was saying the truth. It's simpler to look at the next curve, ignoring the path gone by. No worry about the opponent left behind, no care for the spectators on the sidelines. And unfortunately, no time to watch out for lagging teammates either. I throw myself down on the bed, looking at one corner of the ceiling as if the answers I want are written there. No such luck, of course. She's literally running away from something. But have I not been doing the same thing? Trying my best to forget about my hospitalization? I am getting better, but my health isn't going to magically fix itself. Emi has 2 legs instead of a heart to deal with, but those aren't going to magically fix themselves either. Maybe this is just as fixed as the both of us can get. The room becomes darker and darker, until I can't really tell I'm looking at a corner anymore. The morning comes too soon, on the heels of a sleepless night. Is this how Emi's been spending her nights? Staring at the wall or ceiling, trying to stop thinking about whatever it is? Her, in my case. That clenched feeling in my gut is still there. I can't rely on you. Words spoken so casually. Almost like she were teasing me, or chastising me for suggesting that the earth is flat. That's how it's gotta be. The way it's gotta be sucks. I'm feeling so miserable that I very nearly decided to skip the run. That'd be stupid though. It's not something I should do just to see her. Sure, that was the original reason, but it's something more now. I've started to enjoy the running itself. There are worse ways to get the blood flowing, anyway. Never thought I'd say it after that first week or so, but I feel a lot better after a run. Like no matter what else I do today, I've at least done that one thing. It wakes me up too. And Emi herself said that running away clears her mind. Maybe it'll help clear mine. I hope so. The morning is cool and clear, if a bit humid. Summer is making itself known, it seems. Emi's already stretching out when I arrive and greets me with a smile and a wave. Hey, Hisao. The sight of her so chipper is like a kick in the nuts. How could she be so happy after yesterday? I give a half wave and I'm surprised to receive a hug. Hey, about last night. Here it comes. I wanted to say thanks. I actually managed to get some sleep for the first time in a while. I think it's because of our talk. So, thanks. How could she sleep better after our chat? She basically told me that she wouldn't get any closer to me. And that let her sleep well? Excuse me, but what the hell? No, you don't get it, dude. She got something off of her chest by talking to you. That's what helped her sleep. Ah, he's young. He'll learn. Emi either doesn't notice my bafflement or chooses not to notice. No telling with her anymore. Oh, no problem. Glad it helped. The venom that threatens to drip into my voice is controlled for now. But I think I'd better start running now before I do anything stupid. Emmy seems equally willing to get started. Before long, we're darting around the track. I can tell she feels more relaxed. Her running has gone back to the more graceful moments I remember from when I first watched her. It's a stark contrast to the almost brutal way she's been hurling herself around the track these past few days. Our talk really does seem to have helped her. A pity it couldn't help me. I get into the rhythm of the running, thinking back to when I couldn't afford thinking about anything else but keeping my breathing steady and legs moving. Guess those days are gone.
Hey, Doros, I just got my pizza. What I miss? Why'd I hear eerie music?
He sounds feeling kind of depresso. Funnily enough, he's actually started cheering Emmy up a bit, but he himself is feeling bad. I think that's about the summary. At least for the first couple of laps. Annoyed at the lack of success I'm having with clearing my head, I increase the pace. Ah, there's the burning sensation in my legs. The breaths come ragged in my chest, the pounding of my heart, which I still need to be careful about. But it all... God damn it. But it does seem to have gotten stronger. I can feel it pumping blood through my veins. The sound thrums in my ears, but instead of being panicked as I was that day in the snow, I'm instead filled with elation. Yes, it's working! My heart! That fatal flaw that landed me here has improved. I'm able to keep going now, and maybe one day I'll be able to stop worrying as much. Right now, it doesn't matter that I have no idea what to do about Emmy and me. All that matters is that my arms and legs continue to pump in concert with one another. Nothing else. As I hit the final stretch, I remind myself that running really does help, though not as much as I'd hoped. I do feel better as I walk a few laps to cool down. I begin to remember last night in a slightly less emotional manner. Emmy wants me to stay distant from her. I can't bring myself to do so. There's gotta be a way around this. Some kind of middle ground I can reach. Not sure what that middle ground is, though. Damn. I was almost feeling optimistic. Nice run, Hisao. You've really improved. Nice run? That's all I can hope for now, isn't it? Congratulations, Hisao. You're pathetic. I gotta change my attitude. Well, you know, I am pretty awesome. And yet I just keep saying things that I don't mean. Any second now I'll be as good at hiding my problems as Emmy is. I like to think so. Why does she do this to me? Say something like that with such real affection in her voice that it makes my heart leap. Because she means it! She doesn't mean it. She can't! I must be doing a worse job than I thought because Emmy peers closely at me. Hey, you feeling okay? Maybe we should get to the nurse, huh? Yeah, I'd hate to keel over on you. Emmy looks a little shocked at my bitter tone. Don't say things like that. You've already done it once before, you know. Why does she act so affectionate? Because she cares! She doesn't really care. I thought she made that clear. But despite all that, I find myself apologizing. Even though I shouldn't have to. Even though she's probably just putting on an act. No! You're starting to sound like Kenji! Sorry, huh?
Kenji is rubbing off too much on him to be this distrustful.
It's true! Come on, let's see the nurse. I can't get myself to calm down the whole time. Every time it feels like I've gotten over what happened last night, Emmy does something or says something that shows affection, and I'm back to the beginning. The image of her ending that conversation haunts me. It's like the final twist of the knife that left me feeling bereft of any hope that Emmy and I could be more than what we are. And what are we at this point? Emmy, what are we? And really, it's not like I don't enjoy the time I spend with her. I said so the other day myself. I very nearly didn't even bring up anything with her. I was just gonna hop on in there and let it ride, wasn't I? With this running through my head, I find myself in front of the nurse's office, still brooding as he checks out Emmy. You know why. Emmy comes bounding out of the door, gives me a kiss, and darts off to the shower, I assume. Meanwhile, the nurse beckons me into his office to give me the ritual once-over. Any problems today? Nah, even pushed it a little harder today than I have in the past, and I seemed able to handle it. That's uncharacteristically risky coming from you, Isao. You've been hanging out with Emi too much. She's rubbed off on you, and not necessarily in a good way. Oh, you, however could you know? Is that kiss a fishy kiss? At the mention of Emi's name, I can't help but frown unhappily in spite of my efforts at control. Well now, this is new, don't you think? Last I checked, your usual response to Emi's name was a grin, not a frown. What exactly happened between you two? Because Emi doesn't seem to be in on it, whatever it is. She looked more relaxed than I've seen her in weeks, which is unusual for this time of the year. Ah, okay. What do you mean by that? By what? For this time of year. You try to find out what's been bothering her, but she clams up as soon as I broach the subject. Then last night she said, let me guess, she won't tell you because she says she can't trust you. And now you're crushed because you thought that the two of you were so much more than she seems to think, right? More or less. How the heck did you know? Isao, I'm the nurse. It's my job to know these things. Plus, I've known Emi for long enough to know that she'd try to do something like this. It's just like her. He says this in the sort of half-affectionate, half-frustrated tone that would seem more appropriate if he had a cigar dangling from his lips. As it is, he seems willing to make do with a pen. Look, you mind if I give you some advice? What? Why would I say no? I mean, I'm gonna save. I know I'm gonna save, even though I know exactly what the right choice is. Sure, give us some advice. What was it Muto said yesterday? If you can't observe the thing, then observe what's around it. Alright, so that's how you get to the bad end. You just obsess over fixing the problem yourself. Okay, I get it. Worth a shot. The nurse knows Emi better than I do, I'll wager. Sure, I'm open to suggestions. Honestly, I'm kinda lost. I've got no idea how to deal with this. I never would have guessed. He grins while he says this. I think he's kidding. Look, here's the deal. Emi is stubborn. You should know that by now, and if you don't, then you're pretty unobservant. And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I'm so grateful. Anyway, if she's decided that she doesn't want to talk about what happened, then she's not going to talk about what's happened. Has she said anything about what's been bothering her? Even a hint? Well, she did say she's been having nightmares about the accident. Really? You're making progress then. That's good. Well, I guess I can fill you in on this without violating my strict non-interference policy.
Another physics lesson might help Emi.
Well, I guess I can fill you in on this without violating my strict
Studies have shown that depression and stress have severe, negative effects upon the health of the person in question. Hisao better get his act together before it affects his heart. Fire Emblem.
What? Why did you say Fire Emblem at the end? Well, I guess I can fill you in on this without violating my strict... Can you let me finish this sentence? Well, I guess I can fill you in on this without violating my strict non-interference policy when it comes to Emi making stupid decisions. The anniversary of her accident is coming up soon. She gets depressed around this time because it was a pretty traumatic event, considering what she lost. That's the other thing, she acted like she lost more than just her legs. What happened? Her dad's dead, dude! How dense can you be? Whoa, nope, not going there. You'll have to ask someone else about that, because that's a whole can of worms I'm not about to open. If Emi wants you to know, she'll tell you in her own time. You've just got to be patient, that's all. Why are you even helping me with all this? Because you're good for her. She trusts you, even if you don't think she does. I like the nurse, he's a good guy. He's genuinely just a good guy. Easily one of, this sounds weird to say, but Nurse is one of my favorite characters in this game. Wing Nurse, right? And you've got the best chance out of any at the school right now to help her through this time of year. She won't accept my help, but she might accept yours if you don't screw it up. So don't screw it up, got it? I open my mouth to respond, but a knocking sound at the door interrupts me. He's straight and honest with you. Yeah, and he's intelligent too. Holy crap, he's smart. He knows people. Hey, you guys still in there? Just a moment, Emmy. Give us a second to get our pants back on. The door bursts open and Emmy glares knives at the nurse. Asshole. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Hey, can we leave me out of this? Anyway, what's up, Emmy? Forget something? I tried to take a more cheerful tone with her. No need to upset her. Two can play the everything's fine game. One can say that he actually acts like the adult in the room. True. Actually, I forgot to ask something. Oh, what's that? Asshole, like what happened? Do you want to come with me on a trip to my house? My mom is making dinner, and I thought you might want to join us. Well, of course I accept. Emmy punches the nurse in the arm playfully. Not you, you idiot. You were over last week. I was talking to Hesao. Oh, how interesting. Meeting the parents. I'd love to go, Emmy. Thanks. The nurse raises an eyebrow, but says nothing. Great, I'll be in my room. Swing by after you shower and change into something clean, and we'll grab the bus. Sounds good. I'll see you in a bit. This time, it's me who leans in for a quick kiss before darting off to my room. What an interesting development. Maybe we're getting closer after all. Maybe Emmy's finally ready to open up a little. Maybe she's just being polite, and a free meal seems like a good way to apologize for last night. Great, now I can't decide whether to be excited, nervous, or depressed. Relax, dude. It'll all come out in the wash. Don't worry. Tomorrow will always come, dude. And apparently, so will you. I settled for a combination of all three and hop in the shower. I'm sure the dad will be there to open the door. I don't think I like riding on buses. Actually, I think I'm pretty comfortable saying that as a fact. They sway a lot, and they smell funny. You can feel every bump in the road, and they're rough and coarse and go everywhere. I'm really not looking forward to this. Plus, Emmy's legs keep making a clanking noise that draws the attention of everyone else on the bus. She's in shorts again. She's got long socks drawn up her prosthetics so they don't look so obviously fake again. But that doesn't stop the odd look or two every time her legs bump together with an audible clunk. I shift nervously in my seat, and Emmy raises an eyebrow questioningly. She doesn't seem to mind the stares. Either that, or she doesn't even notice that people are staring. I'm sure she's gotten her fill of odd looks before. After a certain amount of time, I doubt she'd notice anymore. Not that she'd ever tell me if I asked. Another fact is, I'm not just uncomfortable about the bus. I can't seem to come to terms with the fact that Emmy appears to be trying to bring me closer while at the same time pushing me away. The nurse said she trusts me, even if it doesn't look like it. But I'm not sure I can trust the nurse. Yes, you can, dude. Oh my god. Teenagers! He's protective of Emmy, just like I'm protective of Emmy. And I'd be likely to say something to make her look good if someone else asked me about her. When's the next aquarium scene? I don't know. So you might be doing just that. Still, there was something about the way he seemed genuinely surprised that Emmy invited me along. Maybe last night's talk helped more than I think, but I'm still worried. Meeting the parents is a big deal, right? Not that I haven't already met Emmy's mother, but that was just as an acquaintance. Now it's going to be as Emmy's boyfriend, with everything that implies. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest. An echo of that snow-covered afternoon that feels like it was so long ago that it might as well have been another life entirely. Except then, I didn't know what was going on, and I also didn't have medication to help prevent things spiraling out of control. Spoilers, but there's no more fish scene until the good end. Honestly, I expected that. I've come a long way in terms of my physical health, and for the second time today, I feel like I'll be able to live normally now. Or at least as normally as possible. Now, if I could only manage my relationship as well as I've managed my heart, I'd be in great shape. Well, we're here. Emi grabs my hand as soon as we've stepped off the bus. She starts heading down the street almost immediately. Come on, you've got a couple of blocks until my place. What? Oh, okay. I follow Emi down the street, watching her confident stride. She's setting kind of a quick pace for just a walk. I guess she's anxious to get there. So does your mom do this sort of thing often? Nah, not too frequently. Mom's never been much for playing hostess. Oh yeah? Yeah, my dad was always the one pushing for her to have people over. Was. This sudden and unprompted reference to her father catches me off guard. From the look on Emi's face, I'm not sure she meant to mention it. I think I've only ever heard her talk about him once. All I remember is that Emi's mom told me that he wasn't around anymore. Oh, you're... Oh my god, he's out, dude. How can you be this stupid? How? 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 How can you serious? The accident this time of year never talks about dad, never see... Oh my god, dude. How can you... You're supposed to be smart. But you're so dumb! Emi laughs, either from relief that I didn't ask about her father or from finding my statement actually funny. Not at all. She's why I'm such an outgoing person, you know. She just prefers to be a guest rather than a hostess. It's less stressful that way, or so she says. Clearly, she's never had to meet her girlfriend's mother for dinner. Emi giggles again and speaks in a teasing tone. Nervous, Isao? You shouldn't be, you know. It's not that big a deal.
Emi Mama. Me and your daughter were working hard in more ways than one. Tons of exercise. Leaves us sore afterwards, but that's fine. But what I want to know is where's the father?
What I want to know is where's the caveman? Sorry, that's all I could think of. I think his actual disability is lack of brain. Could be, could be. If the things with Emi fail, Hisao can always go after the mother. True! I mean, I know why, but... You shouldn't be, you know? It's not that big of a deal. Just dinner at my house, that's all. Yeah, but have you ever brought home a boyfriend before? I confess that part of me dreads hearing the answer to this. I know very little of Emi's past relationships. I don't even know if there are past relationships. No, I guess I haven't. Hey, maybe this really is kind of a big deal after all. Oh good, now I feel twice as nervous. Though to tell the truth, I'm pretty happy to hear that I'm the first one. Maybe we've got something special after all. Bolstered by this new thought, I've managed to calm down considerably by the time Emi knocks on her front door. Hey Mom, open up, we're here. The door swings open and Miss Ibarazaki stands grinning at her daughter. The grin is still surprisingly similar to Emi's. I'm never gonna get used to that. You know, people normally wait for a few minutes before they start shouting at the door. And most mothers say hello to their daughters instead of scolding them right away. Of course. Welcome home, dear. I've missed you. I think I prefer the mom. Of course you do. I mean, I'm not... I mean... An affectionate hug later. We're inside, and then... Did I skip a line or something? This doesn't seem to flow well. Okay, I guess... Okay, that just seems a little weird. And hello to you too, Hisao. How are you? I'm quite well, thank you. Nice, I don't have to... Oh, you are going crazy with the horning. Emi's mom has got it going on. I'm quite well, thank you. Nice to not have school to worry about for a little bit. Ah, yes, you finished up your exams, haven't you? That must be quite a relief for you both. It's certainly a weight off my mind. Oh, wrong voice. It's certainly a weight off my mind, that's for sure. Mine too. I think I slept well for the first time in weeks last night from relief alone. If this news is a surprise to Emi's mother, she doesn't show it. Still, her response betrays a note of interest. Is that so? I'm very glad to hear that, Emi. You know I get worried when you get all wound up about...
Has expired. He has ceased to be. He has pushed the daisies, kicked the bucket, bought the farm. He has shuffled off this mortal coil. This is an ex-dad.
Is that so? I'm very glad to hear that, Emi. You know I get worried when you get all wound up about, well, exams. Certainly Emi's mother knows something I don't. Or rather, she doesn't know that Emi's told me about the nightmares. It's interesting being able to observe how Mrs. Barazaki covers for Emi. That protective instinct to make sure that I don't know any more than Emi's willing to tell me. I suppose Emi's got more in common with Quarks than I ever realized. Moves around fast, impossible to understand through direct observation, yet she has an effect on everyone she encounters. I wonder if Mrs. Barazaki will figure out that I know about the nightmares, or is she just keeping everything secret from everybody?
Aris mom has got it going on. She looks at me and I have been waiting for so long. Eri, can't you see that I'm in love with Aris mom?
Wing of Zhu, you, I think autocorrect hit you pretty hard there. I don't know who this heiress is, but where Emi stands here. Yeah, it's not been as bad this year as in the past. Isao helped me to stay focused. Okay, I know that's not true. She even cut off contact outside of school hours during exam week. But she did see me during the day, and she told me more than once that the morning run was the only thing she looked forward to during exams. So maybe it's not that much of a lie. Either way, to hear that being around has helped even a little makes me feel a bit better. Emi's mother raises an eyebrow at the statement. Either she doesn't believe Emi, or she's as surprised as I am. Well, then it appears that it's just a good thing you two have become so close. I'd tell you to take good care of my daughter, Isao, but it looks like you're already doing that. Emi grins at this and seems to take pride in my having managed to integrate myself with her mother so easily. Oh, shit. I mean, ingratiate. Yeah, Stern, I know why you did that. You wanted to get 69. I saw it. I knew it. I knew. I saw it coming. I see. I know you. I know you. I know what you were after. I almost wanted to steal it from you, you know? I almost wanted to hit that button. Just remember I could have taken it from you. With just a push of a button. That's all it takes. I could have taken your enjoyment. Could have taken it away. Emi grins at this and seems to take pride in my having managed to ingratiate myself with her mother so easily. There, I said it right this time. Actually, I'd say your daughter's been the one taking care of me. She's gotten me out and running. I've probably been more active since beating her than I ever was, even before. I'd actually never thought of it that much, nor had I ever appreciated the humor in it. I wasn't too active before the heart attack. Pickup games of soccer don't really count since they weren't that common. So now that I know for sure that I have a weak heart, now I run every day, pushing my luck with the help of my medication. I chuckled quietly, then realized that I never finished my sentence. Well, before I had my heart attack and wound up at school year. It comes out so casually. There was a time that I would have thought twice about talking about what was wrong with me at all. But now it just seems silly to care, especially in the company of Emi and her mother. If Emi can be cavalier about her disability, then so can I. I think back to the track meet, where Emi declared herself the fastest thing on no legs. The fact of her obvious loss has never seemed to bother her, at least not in public. Being stuck in the wheelchair frustrated her, I know, but even that was something she dealt with on her own, despite my efforts to the contrary. Emi has a way of bringing out the more active side in people. I've never quite figured out how she does it. Those puppy dog eyes she gets for starters. I'm not surprised that she managed to rope you into an exercise routine. If Rin weren't just as stubborn as she is, I'm sure that Emi would have gotten her out and running with you too. Oh, that reminds me, Rin says hello. I drift to the outer edges of the conversation again as we move into the dining room to
With
eat.
the bell goal broken, the Emmy shippers shall prosper. Especially the most excited of all Emmy shippers, Ori. Now we need to blur you for a while, you scandalous hack.
You need to blur me. Ah. It smells delicious in here, and the spread that Emmy's mom has produced is impressive. I'm sorry, that word threw me off. I'm gonna ring myself for that. Whoa, you've made enough to feed an army in here. Is it too much? Well, you can always take some leftovers with you when you go. That sounds great. I can only handle cafeteria food for so long. Something home-cooked would be a welcome change of pace. What he said. Thanks, Mom. The food tastes as good as it smells, and there's a lull in the conversation while we all dig in. Emmy assaults her plate with the usual amount of gusto, and I will admit that I set a pretty fast pace myself. So, Hisao, I hear that you and my daughter have gotten rather close, Hisao blushes. The urge to say something like, not really, is so strong that I open my mouth to say it, but then reassert control. We are close, there's no getting around it. I mean, Emmy's brought me here, hasn't she? She knows! Fortunately, both Emmy and her mother seem to take my reaction as a sign that I'm caught off guard, rather than considering saying something cruel. Propose the 3. No! I suppose we have. I blame the morning runs myself.
You're
Make it sound like
to
a
exercise to work off all this food.
If Emmy grows up to be like her mom, boy, you have landed a keeper. True. You make it sound like a bad thing, Hisao. Well, I, for one, found it a relief. Why's that? Emmy's always been a popular girl, but she never made many close friends. This is a bit of news to me. I've always seen Emmy chatting with her classmates in the hallways. Woo! I finally got my favorite hat live! Yo, let's go! Thanks for stopping by, Pyro. Picked a great time. We're currently meeting the mother of our girlfriend. That sounds like a weird thing to say, but hey, here we are. And certainly the whole track team seems to love her. But it is true that she chooses to isolate herself during lunch with Rin and me. Not exactly the sort of behavior one expects from a popular girl, after all. Then again, I've experienced...
Emmy can't really grow upwards. She seems to keep getting shorter in this story.
Stop! Listen, she's already recovered from the wheelchair. She's fine. I've experienced her unwillingness to get close firsthand, so I can't say that I'm surprised. I was beginning to have my doubts. Emmy rolls her eyes to the ceiling and grumbles something I can't quite make out. Huh? What? What's that you just said? Nothing.
She keep getting shorter despite Hisao putting a few inches in her.
Alright. I'm pretty sure Stern has been half the horny rings today alone. Are we gonna reach triple digits in the first stream with the horny bell active? There's no way, right? Nothing. Missy Barazaki chokes on her drink with laughter. You've been hanging out with the nurse too long, Emmy. I'm gonna have to talk to him about corrupting my daughter. Somehow, I don't think that will be very effective. I learned most of it from you anyway, not the nurse. There's the smug. Don't listen to her, Sao. She's a born liar. Yeah, right. Oh, I don't know, Emmy. I think your mother has a point. What? You traitor! You're supposed to take my side in this. Yeah, but you did lie, but ow! A kick in the shins from an unmistakably plastic foot cuts me off, but not before Miss Ibarazaki's eyebrows shoot upwards. What about your leg? It wasn't a big deal, that's all. It was just, in a wheelchair for a bit. The last few mumbled words are quickly deciphered by Emmy's mother. I suspect she has experience with this sort of thing, and a worried frown appears on her face. So that's why he kept dodging my calls. Oh, Emmy, I know how much you hate being in a wheelchair. No wonder you've been in such a mood lately. Yeah, she's much happier in her feet, so to speak. Well, of course. She spent enough time in a chair just after the accident. She didn't get prosthetics immediately? Well, I mean, she did, but she needs to learn how to use them, Hisao. No, she had to finish healing up before they let her start the sort of therapy you've got to go through to adjust to those things. Yeah, exactly. Especially since you wanted to run on them. I had no idea. Plot twist: nurse is close to Emmy to get to her mother. Honestly, good for him, bro. if the nurse needs a wingman, he's got me. I've got his back. There. Let me actually say that correctly. I'd wingman for bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, it suck. Oh, did you see Rin's mural at the festival? Emmy's sudden change of topics makes me realize belatedly that she's been fidgeting the whole time her mother and I have been talking. Wing nurse doesn't need any wingman. True. Man, who wouldn't try to be friends with a mom? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right. I know, off topic. What is your favorite Fire Emblem? Mine is Sacred Stones. I can't. I've only played the one since Awakening, but I don't. Huh. I never really thought of the Fire Emblem. I don't really think of any of the games of the Fire Emblem series as my favorite that I've played. I don't know. It's just never occurred to me. If we're talking the one I've spent the most time in, at least, if that's a good metric to go by, it's Engage at this point. But I still have a lot of problems with that game at the same time. Anyway, back to the point. I should have figured on her being a little skittish when it comes to talking about the accident, even around her mother. No, I didn't make it out to the festival, remember? Although I caught a glimpse of it at your track meet. That seemed pretty weird to me.
You could say that you really engaged with Emmy.
I'm not gonna ring that one. You've been horny enough today, Stern. I think that's more or less what she was going for. She talked a lot about it being dreamlike. Trying to make it dreamlike.
Our OC might be related to Sigurd, for he dies in armor pieces his wife.
Yep, thank you. Rin's art is one of those things I don't think I'll ever understand. That's not surprising. I don't think Rin expects to be understood. She told me once that art allows people to understand stuff they wouldn't understand otherwise. But all the same, she doesn't think it actually works that way. I'm surprised that Emmy's talked about this with Rin extensively enough to actually have Rin's opinion, such as it is. Although, I expect that Rin could not, if she were so inclined, say the same thing about Emmy's. Unless, of course, Emmy's purposely keeping me in the dark about everything, which is likely, but unpleasant to think about. I drift down from this unpleasant train of thought for a while, losing track of the conversation. I would love if that was a command. Vel, horny for feet pics. No, no feet. I'll probably end up creating a foot redeem where you just flip the model upside down so that only the feet are visible. It's not that hard. I'll probably end up doing it. Actually, I had one with the old model now that I think about it. It was just a hotkey, not a command. I could flip the model up at will. Hey, Emmy, I've been meaning to ask. Huh? Are you gonna visit your father this year? Oh no. I mean, thank you, but oh no. You've just broached a difficult topic for us. Thank you. From the way she says it, you'd think Emmy's mother was talking about the weather. From the way Emmy reacts, it's clearly not the weather they're talking about. She flinches, a slight jerk of the head backwards as if she's just been slapped in the face. Can we talk about this later? Her voice sounds brittle, strained. Looks as if she's been severely shaken by the question. It seems that Miss Ibarazaki misjudged just how close Emmy and I are. Some things, it seems, are best not conversed about with me around. Her father is one of those things. The accident that took her legs is probably another one of those things. If her reaction to the earlier conversation between her mother and myself is any indication. It doesn't take Emi's mother long to realize she's screwed up. Of course you can, dear. I'm sorry to bring it up. I just wanted to ask so I can make plans. It's fine, don't worry about it. Emi fidgets nervously, as if embarrassed by her own reaction. I confess that her reaction is confusing. She only just mentioned her father to me earlier today. Less than a few hours ago, even. Why does a simple question about when she'll visit her father cause such a strong reaction? It's because he's... He's out here. Seriously, you gotta be able to pick up on it. You gotta be able to pick up on this at some point, man. Come on. Unless whatever serenity she claimed to have reached by means of our talk the previous evening has suddenly evaporated. Or it didn't help as much as she thought. Or claimed. I'll be right back. Gotta visit the little girl's room. Emi gets up and suddenly leaves the table, leaving me and Miss Barazaki alone. Rookie mistake, Emi, a rookie mistake. I'm a little conflicted. Should I go after her, or should I stay here? It's obvious that Emi's departure was not based on the call of nature. Something's bothered her, and I have to know what it is. How to go about it? I mean, again, we're gonna save here, but no, we're not leaving. That's how you... I see you, game. If you just endlessly pursue her, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a bad ending. You gotta be patient, Hisao. You gotta be patient. There's an awkward silence at the table for a while after Emi dashes off. Can't think of anything to say. Leaving your boyfriend alone with your MILF? Bold move, Emi. She's testing him. Emi's mother sighs, breaking the silence. Sorry about that, Hisao. I sometimes forget that Emi's touchy about certain subjects. And I was talking about the wheelchair thing, too. Should I go after her? Heavens, no! She didn't leave the table to continue the conversation, you know. But if she's troubled, shouldn't someone help her? If it were anyone else, I'd say yes, but my daughter is stubborn as a mule, and if she wants to be alone, it's best to let her be alone. Otherwise, she'll probably say something she'd regret, which would cause you to say something you'd regret, and I would prefer that dinner doesn't end with one of the both of you storming out of the house. If that were to happen, I'd be a terrible hostess, wouldn't I? I've already acted as a fool once today. Emi may not have feet, but she's experienced inches. Alright, Wing of Shoe. That's okay, I shouldn't have brought up the wheelchair, apparently. Mrs. Barazaki frowns, clearly more bothered by Emi's omission than she'd let on. I wish she wouldn't do that. It just makes me worry more, you know. She does this often?
Hey chat, did you know osmium is the second densest material in the world? The densest material is Hisao's dumbass.
True. What, running off to the bathroom? No, I can't say she does. Keep injuries from her mother, though. Well, that's a little more common. Every time I catch her lying like that, she assures me that the only reason she didn't tell me is because it wasn't a big deal. If it's any consolation... Oh, wrong voice. If it's any consolation, I'm sure the only reason I knew about it at all was because I saw her every day. This elicits a dry chuckle from across the table. Miss Ibarazaki sighs, a little sadly. Still hesitant about getting close to people, huh? I keep hoping that she'll get over that. It's funny, really. She's bounced back so well from the accident in so many ways. I guess some things never really go away. From the looks of it, the whole thing still bothers her, too. She seems to be a little more willing to talk about the accident without Emi around, though. Hey, I've got a question, if it's alright. Oh? He said it! He said it! What else did Emi lose in that accident? The nurse said that she gets this way near the anniversary and she won't talk about it to me. So you thought I'd fill you in, hmm? Yeah, hopefully. Well, there's a problem with that request, you know. Let me guess, you promised Emi that you wouldn't tell anyone, that she didn't want to know, and you don't know if she wants me to know. Something like that. I promised Emi that she'd be the one to tell people the full story. But isn't that important? I mean, this clearly had a huge effect on her if she still like this so long after the accident happened. That's true. It did have a long-lasting effect on her. There are a few things that she'll probably never really get over. For a moment, we see Barazaki looks incredibly saddened, as if an old wound is bothering her. I suppose there are a few things that I'll never really get over either. Another dry chuckle, and with a shake of her head, Emi's mother banishes the memory. Look, there's something you must absolutely understand about the way Emi thinks about the accident. What's that? It wasn't a big deal. Somehow, I managed to keep my mouth from falling open in surprise, but it takes some effort. That has to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I beg your pardon? Okay, maybe it's not that simple, but it's a pretty accurate summation. Emi believes that the accident did not define her, and that everything she lost that day didn't define her either. She's not that girl who lost her leg, she's the fastest thing on no legs. Her optimism and energy came out of that wreck without a scratch, as far as she's concerned. Yet it goes beyond that. Wrong voice. Yet it goes beyond that, doesn't it? I mean, last night she told me that she refused to rely on me because it would make losing me too painful. Not really. You said she wouldn't tell you about the accident, even though you've asked about it before. The reason she won't talk about it when you ask is because, to her, it's not something you absolutely need to know. Even if she wasn't terrified of getting too close to anyone, she still wouldn't talk about it. She's afraid of being close to me? Oh, goodness me, yes! For all that talk about being unscathed by the accident, she's gained the ugly knowledge of how quickly it can all be over. So she's not going to let people get especially close to her. And she certainly would resent any implication that she cannot work through this on her own. But I don't think she can. Oh no? Are you sure you've been dating my daughter and not somebody else? Trust me, Hisao. She could get through it on her own. But she has nightmares and can't sleep well, and she does this every year. Tell me, if she wasn't able to get through it on her own, do you really think she'd still be alive? She would have killed herself, or something equally melodramatic. I imagine that Emi doesn't have bootstraps to lift her. No! No! Hedgehog defense like Shinji? Yep, sounds about right. So what, I shouldn't try to help her? I didn't say that. I hate seeing my daughter like this. And knowing that she could rely on someone else would let me relax. You just need to understand that accepting help goes against everything Emi thinks about herself and the way the world works. If you still want to offer her help, then I guess that's your call. Honestly, I'd like you to, but it'd be silly not to warn you that it's not going to be easy. You just need to be patient with her. She's already closer to you than anyone else she's ever met at Yamaku. Well, it sure doesn't feel like we're very close.
Thanks that 1 tier 0 for the super chat.
Thank you for the $1 super chat. We're glad to have you here. Oh.
Thanks that 1 tier 0 for subscribing.
Right, I've heard enough. You've got the job.
Jeez, that's two of the alerts that I don't think we've seen yet. Yeah, so new alerts. Aren't they great? Don't you like them? I worked hard on them, you know. I had to manually create them piece by piece. Each text box, the alert. Emi, the minefield waifu. Suna, you missed the best part. You missed your favorite parts. You missed the fish. No. Look at her. She comes back and she's smug. Good, that makes this part easier. Emi's voice nearly gives me a heart attack. Whoa, didn't hear it come back, Emi. I'll take the yeah, I knew that was coming. How convenient. Wait, were you eavesdropping? Nope, just happened to come back at the right moment, I guess. Emi, Hisao was just... Emi holds up a finger, cutting her mother off. On his way out of the house? Yeah, I know. Jesus, they're not letting him down. Emi's trembling with anger now, looking vaguely betrayed. Emi, don't be ridiculous. We were just... You promised! The pain carried in that last word is almost too much for me to bear. The idea that I could hurt her that much is like being kicked in the gut. Emi's mother looks similarly pained by the thought. And I kept that promise. Just listen, there's no reason to go throwing people out of the house. Emi's mother seems to be both angry at her daughter's outburst and embarrassed that I'm a witness to it. There's only one real solution to this problem, I think. It's okay, I'll go. I just wanted to buy you a McChicken for making me laugh. I'll be sure to get a McChicken in your honor. It's okay, I'll go. No, really, that seems a little unnecessary. Don't worry about it. Thank you for dinner, Mrs. Barazaki, and for the advice. With my pleasure, Hisao. I'm sorry we didn't get to the dessert. That's okay, I have to watch what I eat anyway. Good evening, Emi, Mrs. Barazaki. That's right, she was defeated. I don't know how well me slapping my desk comes across on the mic, but there you go. The desert was the milk. The formality of our conversation, coupled with the fact that I'm getting ready to leave, seems to snap Emi out of her anger. Smart one, Hisao. Good move. No, wait, I'm sorry. I've been so... And after last night, I just thought, you don't have to go. I take it back. It's okay. I can't help but smile slightly. She can barely articulate her apology, and I really would like to say, but I don't think I can right now. I need to think about what her mother said, and about what I'm gonna do about us. I don't want to risk accidentally getting Emi angry again in her current state either. No, I think I'd better leave. You seem pretty shook up, and, well, I'd only wind up trying to help you again. I know you prefer I didn't, so I'm gonna leave instead. But, hey, it's not a problem. You don't want a night on a white charger, right? Just promise me one thing, okay? What? You'll meet me tomorrow morning at the track. Oh, damn. I tried to predict I was wrong. Don't be angry at your mom, okay? She's just giving me some advice, that's all. Emi nods, hesitantly, like this simple idea is all that she can grab onto at this point. She's so terribly off balance, but I can't do anything about that right now. Okay. See you tomorrow, okay? Running in the... I was so close! I was off by just a few! I was off by just a few sentences, god damn it! Ah! Running in the morning, don't forget! I can see that I've hurt Emi by deciding to leave, but there's nothing I can do for her as things stand. And I know that she's too stubborn to admit that she wants me to stick around. These two need more exercise together, god damn it. Oops. Running, huh? I watch various emotions cross Emi's face as she tries to process everything that's just happened. Shortly comes that calm look again, like last night, and that voice that tries so hard to sound careless. Sure, Hisao. See you around. Both of us are unwilling to concede emotion at this point, and I'm having a hard time keeping up my facade, so I turn on my heel and walk out the door. I shut it behind me slowly, pausing for a moment as the latch catches. My hand on the doorknob. Did I make the right decision just now? Should I have stayed and tried to work things out? Nah, you did good, Hisao. You did good. No, I decide. Not in front of her mother like that. In spite of everything, I'd rather keep Emi's mother insulated from the sort of anger. Oh my god, you people. I'd rather keep Emi's mother insulated from the sort of anger that surfaced last night. Even though she's probably used to it, some protective instinct wants me to keep Emi's image as a cheerful girl intact. At the start, I realize my hand is still resting on the knob. Take my hand away, put it in my pocket, and head down the slowly darkening street. I let out a long breath. The wait until tomorrow morning comes isn't gonna be easy. In any case, I have to think on what to say to Emi. I must apologize, and I must get through to her somehow. On that account, something has been on my mind for most of the way back to my room. The letter of apology from Iwanako. I was so concerned about my new life when I received it that I didn't even bother to really read it. Now that I find myself in a similar position, my curiosity got rekindled. What does she want to let me know so badly? If nothing else, reading her thoughts might help me frame mine. I remember tossing it away. Damn, where did I throw that thing? And before Kenji pop-ups, no! I check under my desk. That turns up nothing, so I look for harder to reach, more unlikely locations. Well, now I know where that lost sock went at least. Still no letter though. So when I try sweeping my arm under my nightstand that I feel something crinkly jammed between it and the wall. Grunting a little with the effort, I reach for my prize and soon manage to bring it into the light. Bingo. I sit at my desk and spread the crumpled paper open. A flick turns on the table light. Skipping past the empty pleasantries, I look for the point where I stopped reading. Ah, here it is. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt that there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. The truth is, the times when I visited you at the hospital made me worried about you. I am not talking about your health. You seem to become more distant and disheartened. It was natural after something like that happened, I'm sure. But somehow I got the feeling that you had given up on something back then. Happiness, maybe? Giving up on happiness. Sounds unpleasantly familiar. I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't really say anything to comfort you. I am really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered most. Even though I like you so much, at least now I can finally be more honest. If I could go back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you not to give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. Well, I hope you've managed to get back on your feet on your own. Now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final somehow. I wonder if we'll meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. Still, if you would like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you're doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Iwanako. Aw, that was actually really sweet. After finishing reading the letter, I smooth it out carefully and set it aside on my desk. Thank you, Iwanako. I wanted to answer yes to your question on that snowy winter day, but I never got to. By the time we met again, it was too late. Or so I thought. What would have happened if I had behaved differently? Back in that dismally sterile hospital room. I'm sorry, there's no point in wondering now, but there's no point in trying to forget either. I am who I am because of all that happened to me and all I look forward to experience. Present, future, and past. And the past may just have taught me an important lesson now. Oh, she running! Act 4. Motion. We're gonna save. Because I think that's a good stopping point, you know? We can stop and do Act 4 next time. And that's probably the last act. Motion of the ocean. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point. Because we're definitely not getting Act 4 done today. Or at least we're probably not. It is the last act. Yeah, I figured. We'll do the last act next time. How close were we to Triple Horny? Let's find out. Ooh, 6. I mean, we still got a little bit left of stream. We can go to desk chat. We still got a little bit of time. All right, chat's still broken. We can fix that real quick. Hold on. There you go. Although it's still kind of, the scaling's kind of messed up. Whatever, it's good enough for me. That's good enough for right now. I don't really care that much to fix it. I'll fix it later. There you go. Jeez, there's enough of you. You're definitely gonna reach triple digits. There you go, 99. 99, who's gonna be the last one? Who's gonna be 100? We got 100! Oh, of course it's Stern. Of course it would be you. Of course it's Stern. Stern was like 50 of those, either directly himself or me ringing it because he was being horny. Every time, it seems. Of course it was Stern. It's always Stern. Stern, Stern, Stern. Give Emmy a Stern lesson. I mean, Emmy's mom really helped. She sure did. In more ways than one. No. Next Emmy stream, we hit 200. Sorry, it resets every stream. Basically, it's just a counter of how horny Chad has been in that particular stream. That's the goal. That's the point. And we are apparently very good at that. You managed to get us up to 100 already in the first stream since the debut. I'm so proud of you. This is Katawa Shoujo, the more tamer VNs. Imagine if it was something else. I mean, there's a reason why I don't think I can do anything more risque than this. I mean, I can. There are plenty of VNs on Steam that have I don't want to say censorship, but they let you skip the horny bits. We just went for the low-hanging fruits like Emmy's height. Oh god. I play Thistlemine. That's right, you suggested that last time. I'll put that on my wish list and I'll pick it up sometime maybe. Got a demo too. We'll wishlist it for now though. I've got plenty of other things I need to play right now. Next time is Carrot Girl. Well, next week specifically is going to be the end of Emmy, but yes, the next route we'll be going for is Carrot Girl. I feel bad for calling her that. I'm sorry, Lily. Yes, we will have. Oh yeah, I totally have it. Now that we're talking about Lily, I have an excuse to share the arc again. You know why? If I can find it, I really gotta organize my image folder better. This is just embarrassing with how all over the place it is. Truly just disheartening. Where is it? I am a disorganized hat. I'm so sorry. You want another VN? There's also You and Me and Her, a love story. It's absolutely wild. I will probably do more VNs. I do want to, at some point, play, the classics, like all the classics. I forget. I don't even remember all their names. I know there's the Fate VN and, oh, what's it called again? I'm drawing a blank. Cunipop Cop. No. I'm pretty sure that one's explicitly, not allowed. Plastic Memories. Plastic Memories, I've heard that one before. No, I haven't, actually. This does not look familiar to me at all. That's a new one to me, actually. I lied. Was that one for the Amnesiac one? That one for the Amnesiac one? I don't think I know which one that is. I can't find the I can't find the Lily art. Where the hell did it go? I'm so mad. Like, it's not in my folder with the other one from that artist. Like it should be. Where did I put it? Ugh. Higurashi. Higurashi, that was one of them. Stern, you son of a... I know what you did. I'll have to accept that. You will have to play as Carrot Girl ER, I mean Lily, right after Emmy, as in the next stream after Emmy. Alright, fine, I'll accept the gift. He just bought Thistlemine for me. Because of course he did! Thank you. Thank you for your contributions, Stern. I appreciate them. Where the hell did I put the lily art? Whatever, I'm just gonna open up the Twitter, go to the DMs, and just download it again. Ay, ay, ay. So unprofessional, Ori. You're just the worst. Just the worst. And then watch, I'm gonna like save it, and then I'm gonna find the folder. Ay, ay, ay. There, I saved it. Let's see. Head back. Nekopara. I'm pretty sure Nekopara is not going to be allowed. Do I own Nekopara? No, I don't own that. I don't own Nekopara, but I do own. I do own most of the Sakura series, although I haven't played them all. I need to do that. I can't do it on stream though. Again. I've spent all this money on it, and now that I'm like a content creator, I don't have time to play things on my own. I have to do them on stream, basically. And I can't play some of the stuff I bought, because it's too risque. Anyway, I found the artwork, so I'm just gonna... Boop! The classic. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't this art just gorgeous? Steins Gate? Steins Gate would be a good one. I really like that anime. It's actually... Steins Gate was actually the second anime that I've ever watched in my life. The first was Soul Eater, and I watched them almost immediately back to back. Talk about a whiplash in genre there, huh? Go straight from shonen to whatever the hell you consider Steins Gate to be. Fate Stay Night is on Steam now, yeah, and I'm pretty sure the other one that I can't... Tsukihime, that's what it is. Tsukihime, I'm pretty sure that's also on Steam now. They both have their remakes, which I probably will do at some point. But yeah, I was thinking Higurashi, and then Fate, and then Tsukihime. Not necessarily in that order, but those were going to be the next visual novels that I play through. Which, that alone takes me, that alone will take me like a year to get through. Because, remember, we're going to go through all, I'm going to go through all the Katawa Shoujo routes. It's going to take us a while to get through these. I'm going to need a gore warning for some, yeah. Yeah, that should be a fun one. I've heard it's really, really good. People really, really like it, so I kind of actually look forward to playing it. We do all the endings as well. I mean, I'm probably just gonna do all the good endings at least for Katawa Shoujo. I don't really see any reason to go and do like bad endings. Unless they're not really like bad endings so much as they are alternate endings. But they're probably bad endings. And Fate, there's 3 routes. Oh yes, I know what the 3 routes are. They're just the 3 girls. Similar with Tsukihime, although... Nope, there's 3 routes in Tsukihime too. Yes, you want the tsundere, the blonde tomboy, or your childhood friend? That's actually a good question. I don't know yet. I'm not going into any of these with any, like, expectations or rough ideas of which route I'm going to go with first. Kind of like with Katawa Shoujo. Although, in Katawa Shoujo's case, I didn't actually pick which route to go first. Emi just kind of stole me. She kind of just said, yeah, we're doing this. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this. So, yeah. Thanks, Emi. Just Emi. Only Emi. Only Emi. Only Emi. The chat answers to choose none of them and get a Leia pill to become Archer. Yeah, those were certainly words. I know what none of them mean. Although, I mean, I have heard the word Archer, and I'm sure that's I thought that was like an archetype, but maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't care yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There's 2 neutral endings in total, by the way. Everything else is either good or bad. And Katawa Shoujo? Interesting. Arch is an archetype and a person? Okay, I should have known the answer was actually and. That just makes too much sense, actually. Well, I think that that's our plans. Those are future channel plans for visual novels, at least. To clarify, Alea is the embodiment of the will of humanity. It gets expanded on in the Rin route and in the mobile game spinoff. Yeah, I'm not touching FGO. So that game's been out for like 10 years, and he doesn't do daily stuff. Yeah, I don't really do dailies. So. Yeah, that's just, nope, we're not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. Turning 10 in JP, 8 in EN, damn. I think the thing that actually surprises me the most about that is the fact that, there's a 2-year delay between JP and EN. No, wait, FGO has a good story after you drag yourself through the first 4 singularities. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing that one though. I don't think we're gonna be doing that. That seems like a lot of work. To drop Nikke, so yeah, it makes sense. I wouldn't have dropped Nikke if... Alright, I did drop Nikke. And I did have pretty valid, I think, reasons for dropping it. You want to 1v1 the inventor of Magecraft? What the hell? If they gave Summer and East. Hey, listen, if they had given me Summer and East without all the... without any hubbub, I would have been happy. I would have been fine. I did get Summer and East, though. No, really, the real thing that I didn't really like about Nikke was, basically locking her off content behind, difficulty, I guess? Like, it's the 160 wall, basically, where you have to engage with the gacha to, continue, basically. I know there's a lot of ways. I know if you just do your dailies, you can probably get past it without too much trouble. I don't have time for that. If you want to cry, there's Little Buster and Clannad, by the way. Oh yeah, Clannad! I definitely gotta add Clannad to the list. Hold on a second. I'm actually gonna create I'm actually for once gonna be smart and create a list. I'm gonna write all these names down and we're gonna go through these. Alright, so we got Faitlian, we got Tsuki Hime, we got Emi Route, we got Clannad. I think I'm actually gonna bump Clannad up, not gonna lie. I think I want to play Clannad more than Fate and Tsukihime. Fate and Tsukihime can go at the bottom of the list for now. That should be a fun time. But let me add Little Buster somewhere. Honorable mentions. Little Buster. Alright. I think there's... Is there another suggestion? I think. There was. I'm gonna pick a... Steins Gate, duh. I've already played the anime, though. But I mean, like, I guess I could go after the other routes. Oh, Plastic Memories, right. Okay, there. Got them all. I think. Okay, cool. If you want something more beginner-friendly and lore-heavy, like Fate, Muv-Love? What's that one about? Euphoria. No. I think. If that's what I'm thinking of. Oh, actually, no, this is different than what I was thinking of, but... Maybe. I don't actually recognize this. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm seeing screenshots. Okay, I get it. You should play Corpse Party! Corpse Party. I've heard of that, too. Which one was that again? Corpse Party. It was the 2021 version. Interesting. I think kind of like To Love Root aliens and stuff. Oh, interesting. Oh Lord, Corpse Party. Jeez, you all have like a million suggestions. Holy moly. I guess we'll never run low on like visual novel content, huh? That's good. It's always good to have something to do. I've had problems with that in the past where I'm like, what do I want to stream this week? I don't actually know. Oh no. But anyway, okay. So, next week agenda, we finish Emi Route. And then after that, to like anyone really to do that. Anyway, so that's I was actually wrapping stream up and then you got me on another tangent again. Yes, next week. Actually, no, hold on. Let's talk about finishing this week first. I haven't even gotten that far yet. Alright, so tomorrow, as a Friday, we're gonna be Suna and I are gonna be wrapping up Code Vein. We're gonna be finishing that tomorrow. Then, oh god, that's right, we have Moema on Star Emerald, but I didn't actually come up with a new rule set yet. Oh no. Oh no. Honestly, I might just, keep the current rule set, because I think the current rule set is doable. Screw it not being, like, super entertaining to watch or anything. We'll do it anyway, because it's fun, right? Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Dum dum.
Yeah, that's me. New rule, all Pokemon are called Carrot. Alright, and you ruined it. And you ruined it. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna be on Suna's channel. Do a roulette for a mono run challenge. Nah, I'm not feeling it. I appreciate the suggestion though. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Tomorrow, Suna's channel. Hold on, let me pull up his Twitch before we go. That way you can, if you aren't already following Suna like you should be, you can do it now and get notified when we go live. Do a roulette for each name then? That sounds like a lot of work. That's Suna. Go follow him. Catch you there tomorrow. We're gonna finish up Code Vein. It's gonna be fun. Bye. Peace.
_Orange Doro shop. _Orange Doro knife. _Orange Doro. _Orange Horny.